back again for another Monday. 2 weeks in a row.
We're back. Back again. Poke is back. Tell your friends.
I'm going to turn on some music here, and I'm going to say some quick thank yous here. I think we're all a little tired today, so what do you guys think? Get into it, or do you want to talk about your days? Or
No, get into it. Let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
All right.
My name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in.
I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love Phil.
Not sponsored by. However, thank you to @JoeTheDM for the homebrew that we're playing today. He came up with all the rules for the Pokemon homebrew sort of game and all the generations with all the Pokemon. Really appreciate everything that he's done so far. Thank you to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com. And all the music that you're going to hear today is by that wonderful gentleman. Thank you to @Uwooby.
Still best Twitter handle.
For the player tokens that we have been using. She is a doll from Germany, I believe, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Melissa did the last.
I did. I was about to say, I'm not doing it yet.
Matt, can you tell us what happened last time?
Sure I can. We started off on our way back
From Mary Bella's.
from Mary Bella's, coming back to Bramble Town, and then we got there, made a quick visit to Jacques, and bought a bunch of baked goods and berry juice, and then we went over to the gym and had our first gym battle.
Sure did.
With 2 small children with bird-type Pokemon that were fucking us up for a little bit. Although I did get to hilariously put the Swablu to sleep.
And I destroyed that duo.
You did, with a great nat 20.
And that's, I think, about it.
Yes. And the creepy boy,
Oh, yeah.
11-year-old, gave us a map with
His autograph.
signature.
It's true. Yeah, the Wundoro Town Matt. You guys met a little more personally the gym leader, Ariana.
Oh, who was
Who
such
was
a
not,
cow.
and who was also not walking around with a grande sized
and it
drink.
disappointed Matt.
Not this time. I mean, maybe you should tell her about Jacques.
Spring Ariana. A grande.
Yeah. Ariana Grande.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I guess that brings us to today.
If Charlotte ever evolves into an Ariados, I have to nickname it Grande. I have to change the nickname.
Confuse her so bad.
Ariados Grande.
Ariados Grande?
I'll take my puns where I can get them.
I love it. Any excuse. So, just giving a quick roll there. That's not what I was rolling for. Let me just find the right table to roll on here.
You should do that.
That is decidedly not that dice at all. Beautiful. Okay. You guys walk out into a beautiful mid-afternoon day. Based on what you guys had done the day previous, you had woken up, done a few chores, went to the gym, had your battles, which were over generally pretty quickly, and you have just left the gym.
Oh, okay.
You've just emerged into the mid-afternoon sun. It is bright. It is sunny. There is not even the slightest of breeze. Your Pokemon have yet to be healed, so a trip to the Pokemon Center might be worthwhile. But there's nothing really going on. There's no commotion in town. Everybody is going about their business as if the world didn't revolve around training Pokemon.
What? Really? Okay. Pit stop at the Pokestop?
Yeah, you might as well go back to the center and get them all healed up.
Sounds good.
You guys continue down the cobbled roads back to the Pokemon Center. As you walk in, you can hear the sound of men at work, as there are 2 or 3 different guys walking around with ladders and changing light bulbs. You can see they're putting the finishing touches on a number of different renovations in this place. You can see tarps getting pulled down and folded up. Another guy is deconstructing some scaffolding and handing it to another gentleman who's kind of been walking in and out. There's a truck outside the main door that has been slowly being reloaded.
It's nice to see this place is getting fixed up.
Yeah, wouldn't want a repeat of the electrical storm that happened before.
Definitely not. Hey,
And
Nurse
those-
Joy.
She waves to you and she says, "Welcome back. Any luck?"
Yeah, I mean, Jackson and I took on a fight at the gym. Would you mind healing the Pokemon?
Oh, not at all. That's what I'm here for. Here, please, give me your Pokemon and we'll have them dealt with very quickly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nurse Joy.
She nods and she says, of course. The Chansey comes out of the back room with a metal tray and puts it in front of you, ready to collect your Pokeballs.
Don't think Pichu did anything, so I'm just gonna plop Billy
Yeah, I think
in Pokeball.
I think
to not be
Meowth
cruel to
is
Chansey.
Fine, and Fanpy's fine. So Ryulu and Electric.
Okay. So you drop all your Pokemon off.
Yes.
Okay. As you sit there waiting, a number of other people eventually come in. You see a bearded man drop off a few Pokeballs, and he sits down at one of the computer tables along the left side of the Pokemon Center. You can see him ring up somebody and get into this conversation. You can see a couple other young trainers come in, hand in their Pokeballs as well, and sit down in the middle of conversation.
How you feeling about the gym, Jackson?
After that battle, a little trepidatious. I went through more berry juices than I would have liked for just not the main event.
Yeah,
Should probably even go restock, maybe.
I'm honestly worried about anything ranged. I'm kind of out of my league with them flying.
Yeah, Billy's the only one I have that can really do anything. Dandy can to a certain degree, but not nearly as much.
Yeah, I mean, Electric, if he managed to paralyze them, could at least maybe get them on the ground, but aside from that, I'm kind of hooped otherwise. And it's not like they give you any terrain to work with, so...
Yeah, and they're definitely faster than Dandy. Dandy can fly, but just not that well.
Yeah. Perhaps another trip somewhere?
Yeah, we should probably go maybe back out to Route 8 and see if we can find anything there. There was that one Pokemon that just kind of ran past us that we never got the opportunity to track at all.
Here is Route 8 this one?
Yeah, I think Route 8 was the one that went right out to Mariella's.
Yeah, so Route 8 travels west of Bramble Town, if you're looking at the Wundoro Town map. Oh, I should also give you guys access to this.
To what?
Did nothing show up on your screens?
Nope.
That's weird.
Bramble Town.
The Bramble Town.
So under the Pokemon Center job board.
Whoa, Black Betty. Bramble Town.
Just out of the corner of your eye, it's not a hidden location by any means. There have been a few extra postings on there since you last checked it out. Would one of you mind reading those out loud?
Sure. Odd job / pick up dirt and dump run. Looking for help from a strong lad or lady to move dirt from my backyard gutter to the dump. I can't say for sure, but I speculate there is around 150 to 300 pounds of dirt. If this sounds like something you could help with, please contact Fran in the yellow house on 3rd Street. Pay is 1,000 Pokebucks. The second one is for Pokemon Walker Wanted, seeking an able person to exercise my 5 Pokemon for the day. This could be anything to a walk, some light play, etc. Previous experience with Pokemon is an asset, but not a must. This job is available immediately. You will be compensated 500 Pokebucks for your trouble. to the perfect candidate. Please report to Vern in the big house off of 12th Ave. Please knock hard on the door. And the last one is seeking able Pokemon trainer. My husband and I are looking for a capable Pokemon trainer to help rid our home of a Rattata infestation.
Rattata infestation.
Infestation. We hear scratching behind the bookshelves and gnawing through the night and suspect that all the rain recently has driven these Pokemon out of the fields and into our home. This is an easy job for a capable trainer who is in need of some minor compensation. If this sounds like you, please seek us out in the pink home on the northern end. There is a wooden carving of a Psyduck on the front lawn. Sincerely, Ethel and Hugh Turner.
I guess we could take a job on the job board, but
We could.
I also could use some Pokemon.
Yeah, we could use some Pokemon. We could use some Pokebucks.
I just could use everything. I'm pretty
It's a
spent
hard
for
knock
money.
life for us.
Well, we could take a job and tomorrow morning head back out onto one of the routes. Maybe we'd catch some luck with some flying Pokemon in the route whatever.
Route 6?
Whatever road that is.
Which one?
To the east.
So there's just double checking here. So
Route
west
180.
heads down Route 8. So that's
Yeah.
the lightning fields. Heading northwards is Route 2. Heading east goes through Route 1 or through the Wormhole Hollow.
We also haven't gone down Route 2.
Yeah, we haven't. We could go up there.
See what we find.
So Route 2 is where you guys came
Got
across.
the Zigzagoon?
Oh yeah, we just haven't gone too far in there.
You guys have taken a short
That's
jaunt
true.
through the rain.
There's something either flying or with range or more electric, but I feel like in the fields we've found a lot of, I don't know, like there was the Rhydon and that, what was it, Nidoran?
Oh, yes, that one as well. We did get Angus and Axel out there.
We did.
We got Machu out there as well.
Machu will be good for their, hopefully once he levels up a bit. We could take a job and then head out tomorrow morning.
Sure. Which job do you feel? Are you feeling anyone in particular?
I mean, at least the manual labor pays a bit.
Yeah. The
500
manual
each.
labor pays a bit. We could even do the Rattata one after if
Yeah.
we have
If we can.
time. That shouldn't take too long.
I'm down for some manual labor once our guys are done.
Yeah, for sure. Go and move some dirt to the dump. Yeah. That's my colitis acting up. I don't know what colitis is as a
was gonna say,
player, but I
I
know it's an
don't.
old man disease.
Like, I don't know what it is either. I was about to ask you.
Let me Google colitis.
Good, because Brooke's wondering what colitis is.
Jackson doesn't know what colitis is, but boy, is it acting up.
It's like something that doesn't even make sense.
Inflammation at inner lining of the colon. There are numerous causes of colitis, including infection, inflammatory bowel disease,
Uh-oh.
ischemic colitis, allergic reactions, and microscopic colitis. Okay.
None sound like good things
So just-
for an
so
old
just-
man on a Pokemon adventure.
So just inflammation. Okay.
Information.
He's
Bowel-
in flames.
Bowel inflammation. So that makes perfect sense for an old person. Ha! I was unwittingly accurate.
As you guys are standing at the job board discussing your options, you feel a little tap on your side, Brooke, and you turn around to see the Chansey smiling happily. She goes, "Brrrr!" She
Thank you,
hands you the metal
Chansey.
tray with the 2 Pokeballs on it. She waddles back through the swinging door and disappears into the back of the Pokemon Center. You two head out of the Pokemon Center and down the road, heading towards the house as described on 3rd Street,
The yellow house.
the Yellow House.
Is that right?
It is, in fact, the only yellow house on 3rd Street. The streets themselves, very easy to navigate as they're all numbered. Go figure. Walking up to the door, it's this very rustic, worn brown door. You can see that the brambles have almost covered the entirety of the first floor of this house, it being 2 stories. It is well cared for,
I've been forgetting to add
but
to
the
this
brambles
intro
themselves
song,
have been
yeah.
left unchecked.
Okay, well, looks like this place is the place.
All right, I will walk up to the door and knock.
Okay, you knock on the door. Takes a couple seconds, and then this woman appears. She's kind of heavier set. She's got blonde hair that's kind of curly, comes down to her shoulders. Small glasses on, maybe middle-aged-ish. You can see that one of her arms is actually broken and in a sling. And she sees both of you there, and she says, "Oh, hello. Can I help you with something?"
Yes, I believe you had a posting up on the job board. We're supposed to
Yeah.
come in and look for a stand.
Oh, you're replying to the job board posting.
Yes,
You
looking
must
for...
be 2 Pokemon trainers.
Yes, we are.
In need of a little scratch, are ya?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That always
Alrighty.
helps.
Well, let me show you the job. It's not too tough, but, I'm not really in the shape to do it myself. And you can see her slip on these 2 pairs of, they're basically Crocs, is what they are. And she starts to waddle out of the house. She walks by you down the front steps and around to the back, and she says, "Oh, it's just around here, you 2. Let me get you started. There's a shed back here." And she walks towards this small building, and she takes out a small key ring, and she undoes the little latch, and she opens it up, and she starts pulling out a few shovels, one by one, with her one arm. And she says, "And behind the shed there is a large tarp. I'll phone the disposal company. All you need to do is move the dirt to the front yard, put this tarp down by the street, and put the dirt on top of the tarp, and they'll know to come and grab it." "All right," and she says, "and over here is the trench that needs to be dug. Come on now. We're going to dig a gutter over here." And she walks you towards the back of the property. You can see the land slopes kind of inwards towards the house. You can imagine that this would cause some problems with maybe seepage in a basement. And you can see where she's got staked off an area that clearly needs to be dug. And it's just a long stretch that goes along the back of her property.
Okay, and does she have,
Okay.
like, tools and stuff? Wheelbarrow? Anything else you
She
need?
has given you 2 shovels, and there is a wheelbarrow behind the shed that you can see poking out right next to a large blue tarp.
Because we're supposed to put all of it on the...
Yes.
Okay.
And she says, "Are there any questions, you 2? Anything I can help you with?"
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I
All
think it's
right.
relatively straightforward. Thank you.
"Perfect. Well, if that's all you need, I'm gonna go in the house and make some lemonade for you 2, and I'll be out in a few."
Thank you.
"All right, you 2. Thank you very much." And she turns around and she starts waddling off.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, wheelbarrow. Ryolu, you want to go grab the wheelbarrow over there?
And he looks over at the wheelbarrow and he marches right over to it. He's about half the size of the wheelbarrow itself, and to lift it, he actually has to put his hands over his head, but he starts unsteadily wheeling it towards you. Not because it's heavy, but because it's unwieldy for such a small creature.
Good job, Ryolu. You're doing great.
I'm gonna go grab a shovel and start digging.
Me too.
Okay.
This is gonna go so well.
Can I get an athletics check by you 2? Because
Yeah.
you 2 are leading it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that's cocked though. Huh. It's a modified 1.
Okay. The sun is beating down on you hard, and you have only just broken ground in a few spots when the woman comes back out with a pitcher of lemonade and 2 glasses. They're balanced fairly precariously. Her one arm tucked up against her in a sling. She's got the jug in one hand, the 2 glasses on top of it, and she's kind of rested her chin on top to very delicately balance it as she waddles over towards you. She kind of looks at the progress that you've made, and she goes, "Oh, a little bit of trouble, is it? Hit clay, perhaps?"
Even with my 14? Okay.
With my modified one.
I got 14. Maybe just a little beat up from our day. Just give us a bit. And then Brooke's going to run over and grab the lemonade from her so she doesn't drop it.
Okay. You take the lemonade, and she hands you the rest of the jug, and she says, "Oh, okay, I understand.
No, I just don't want you to drop it.
Take
Concerned
all the
about you.
time you need. There's more lemonade where that came from if you require more."
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is there a place I can put it other than the ground?
There's a small patio set near the back of the house.
'Kay.
So a table, 4 chairs, and a small umbrella.
Okay, I will go put it over there.
Okay.
And
So you put it down there.
start digging.
Okay, you guys go back to digging. You get the impression that this will probably take you, based on those rolls, longer than the course of the day.
Why does this always happen to us?
Unless you do something different.
Hey, Billy, if you know that move that you have where you kick things in the shin, if you do that to the ground, can you dig with it?
He looks at you and he goes,
Let's give it a try. Screw it.
okay. And he goes in for some serious low kicks. You note that the kicks, they do kick up a lot of dirt and just kind of spray it over the lawn itself. He is certainly digging a trench, though, making solid work of this.
Perfect. Was there a rake anywhere close by so I can just start getting this dirt into a pile, maybe?
You could check the shed.
I will check the shed for a rake.
Okay. You walk over to the shed. It's dark. There's no light in the shed itself, and it's fairly cluttered.
I will hold Machu in front of me as a light bulb with the sparks coming off his face.
Okay. Give me an investigation with advantage, then.
Hell yeah. Hell no. What the fuck is this bullshit?
As you're digging around in the shed, Brooke, you hear a cacophonous clatter as all manner of garden tool
That's where you try to do manual labor.
falls inside the shed. You hear the sound of as Pichu takes off from the shed and books it towards the house.
Jesus.
But Jackson does not enter.
Okay. Ryulu, keep digging, please. Should pass the shovel to Ryulu, and then I'm gonna go see if Jackson's okay.
Okay. Ryolu takes the shovel, it being far too large for him, and goes. And he kind of shrugs, and then he goes to trying to dig, but it's like a toddler using a spade. Like it's very clumsy and labored.
He can't even try.
Oh, he's trying. It's unwieldy how big this tool is compared to him. You go over to the shed and you can see that Jackson is unhurt, but underneath the contents of this shed.
You know who we need?
Yeah, we need Ziggy. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Okay. Sorry, repeat that.
Jackson is unhurt, but buried under the contents of the shed. He's just kind of pinned under there.
I think I found a rake.
Okay, I think I have a plan. Well, can you watch Ryulu? I'll send him to help.
Can't see much of anything.
Ryulu! Stop digging and come help Jackson.
He kind of throws down the shovel, huffs, and walks over to the shed. And he looks at Jackson, and he looks up at you, and he goes,
I know, it happened, but can you maybe get him out? I gotta run back to the Pokemon Center and get Ziggy.
he kind of leans down closer to your face, Jackson, with both of his hands on his knees, and he looks at you and he huffs. And then he stands back up and he starts unpiling all the stuff on top of you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, you're watching across the yard as you see Pichu slowly climbing up the side of the lemonade jug and trying to take sips from inside.
Machu, no! Stop that! Machu, you get back here
Steven,
now!
I'm gonna run like as fast as I can back to the Pokemon Center and put a Fampi in the box and get Ziggy.
Okay, so you swap them out
But as
and you come
I'm
running back.
running by, I'm gonna be like, Billy, don't dig anymore until you have instruction from Jackson.
He kind of stops and he looks at you and he goes,
Thank you.
okay. And you run down the street.
Can you swap Fampi and Ziggy for me?
Yes, I can. Jackson, as you are stuck underneath this pile of stuff, watching
Riolu.
Riolu unpile it, but also watching Machu climbing up the side of the thing, and you're yelling at him. Can you give me a Pokemon handling check real quick? That's not awful.
That's
not
not
bad.
awful. That's
picturing
a
Machu.
13.
I'm just
Okay.
picturing Machu on the side of this
It's the
lemonade.
best roll I've had tonight, so.
Machu, climbing up the side of this pitcher, stops as you're yelling at him. And you can see his head turn and look at you, and you make eye contact.
I swear to God, Machu. When I get out of here...
And he kind of looks back at the pitcher. And then he looks back at you. And then he slowly starts to come down the side of it. And you see him jump off the table, walk a couple steps closer to the shed, stop, look back up at the table at the pitcher, look back at you, hang its head, and start walking back towards you.
I wanted him to scurry up and get like eyes twitching.
Thank you, Machu. Could you maybe give Riolu a hand getting me out of here, please?
Machu walks up next to Riolu, only coming about halfway up the length of Riolu himself. And Riolu kind of stops and puts his hands on both of his hips and looks down at Pichu. And Pichu looks up and you see his cheeks start to go.
Oh no.
And Riolu goes. And the little mouse goes. And then slowly starts to pick up smaller items and start to unbury you. And Riolu nods and then goes back to pulling up some of the larger items. As they finish unburying
If either
you,
of you find a rake, please put it aside.
What is rake?
Baby, don't hurt me.
as they finish unburying you, Brooke finally returns. You see her walking back to the yard. Into the yard.
I was running. I got Ziggy! Ziggy can dig. Are you unburied?
Probably at this point.
Yes.
Good job, Riolu.
Hey.
Riolu looks at you and he nods
And I fist bump.
and gives you a fist bump back.
I'll give Machu some scritches and say thank you.
Machu seems very pleased with the positive attention.
Thank you,
Oh, he's
Machu.
like a child that gets positive reinforcement.
Who would have thunk?
Oh my gosh, right? Gotta close.
How is Billy doing?
Billy has kind of just been sitting on the ground since Brooke told him not to do
today.
anything, and he's just been looking around. You see, he has a small, a beautifly flies by, this gorgeous butterfly Pokemon with this long proboscis, and it sort of flutters around Billy, checking him out, and then it picks up and it flies over the fence and disappears, and Billy's just.
Just enamored.
How's it going, Billy?
And he looks back at you and goes, stands up on his 2 feet and starts walking over to you like it's got a story to tell you. It's all excited to see you again. And then it falls, poof, and picks itself up and kind of shakes off the grass and starts walking back towards you all happily.
Well, that's very good to hear, Billy. I'm glad you're having a good day. And give Billy some scritches. He's been a good diggy boy.
Okay, Ziggy. And I'm released Ziggy.
Okay, your small Zigzagoon, this furry, raccoon-like Pokemon, very shaggy, appears with this small pink trowel in its mouth. And it kind of looks at you, and it looks around the yard.
You get to do your favorite thing, Ziggy. Dig and put the dirt in the wheelbarrow.
Okay, you can see his eyes light up as he looks over to the small bit of progress that you guys have managed to make. And his tail almost propellers. He is totally in love with this. I don't even have to make a roll for this because he knows the move dig. He goes straight to work. And like an expert. You guys just sit there as without any problem. Within the course of maybe an hour and a half, he's dug the entire trench.
And I'm going to give Machu some lemonade.
You guys actually struggle to keep up with the wheelbarrows as he's filling them.
I never thought I'd want to complain about peak efficiency.
Right? I don't know why I didn't think of this the first time we got up here.
You pour a glass of lemonade for Pichu?
Yeah.
Awesome. Pichu kind of sidles up next to the glass being just a little bit shorter than it. It kind of struggles on its tippy toes to put its head over the edge of it, and the glass ends up tipping over just enough that a little bit spills down the front of the Pichu. But he holds it there and just laps at it.
She.
That's
She's a girl.
Machu.
Machu is a strong, independent woman,
who don't need no man.
but she definitely needs a fucking trainer. Little shit. See, Machu, if you play nice, you get rewarded nicely.
You see her little tail jiggle behind her. You see little electrical bolts coming out of her cheeks. She is very pleased with this lemonade and all the sugar.
Oh, we're fucked.
Okay. Eventually, the woman comes back out, and she looks at both of you, and she looks at that giant pile of dirt by the front road, and she looks back at the trench that is dug. She inspects the first little bit, a little crude. You can definitely tell where you guys are struggling versus where Ziggy took over. And like an expert, he is still like doing laps inside this gutter, cleaning off little bits of it that were maybe a little rougher. Like he's ironing out all the little edges and imperfections in it.
Hey, Ziggy, over in this spot where we messed it up.
He kind of jumps up, does 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way, and then jumps towards where you pointed out to him.
That a boy.
The woman coming out puts one hand on her hip, the other one still resting near her clavicle, and she says, "Oh, well, that was, that's a good job you two did there."
Oh, I mean,
Mostly Ziggy.
pretty much Ziggy.
Not like 99% Ziggy.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, that job would have taken me, well, even in a healthier state, the better part of a weekend."
Honestly, probably would have taken Jackson and I the better part of a weekend.
Yeah.
Well, that's one wicked Pokemon you got there.
Yeah, when he's digging holes for good.
What do you mean?
He was setting traps before I caught him.
Oh.
Like pitfalls.
Oh.
He likes to dig.
Oh. You don't say. Well, that's an interesting trait.
Yeah.
I'd say.
A little less interesting when you're the ones that fall into the holes.
I agree.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, a job's a job and you done it. So let me find you some money here. And she goes back into the house and she comes back out. And you can see that she's got a wallet out in front of her. And she pulls it out and she walks over to you, Jackson. And she opens it up and she starts taking out bill by bill and paying you out until she's got 1,000 Pokebucks in your hand.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
She says, yes. And good luck on your journeys, Pokemon trainers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And you're welcome to the rest of the lemonade.
Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. You're very kind.
All
I
right.
agree.
And she nods and nods to you, and then she heads back into the house.
And I'll hand 500 Pokebucks to Brooke.
Thank you. I'm gonna ask Ziggy if he wants some lemonade.
Okay. Ziggy jumps out, super dirty, just covered entirely
You need a
in
bath.
dirt. As you offer him lemonade, he sniffs it happily. He drops the trowel to try to take a drink, realize that he dropped the trowel, and then is struggling to decide whether he still wants to hold the trowel,
How about
whether
I
he
hold
wants
the
to take a
trowel
drink.
for you?
Wait, I have an idea, Ziggy. Hang on. Let's I'll pick up the trowel.
Okay, as you move towards the trowel, there's immediate anxiety
It's
as you
okay.
start getting towards it.
it's
And
okay,
it grabs
Ziggy.
onto it, and it holds it and kind of moves it away from you.
Here, Ziggy,
Very
Ziggy.
uncertain.
I'll show you a way that you can drink your lemonade and have your trowel at the same time. Don't worry, I'm not going to take it away from you. I just need it for a moment.
Just freezes where it is.
I'll reach
Slowly starts to put the trowel down on the
I'll
ground.
reach slowly towards the trowel.
Okay. As you do, its mouth just hovers over top of it.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. You'll be fine.
Its mouth just continues to hover over top of it. As you reach slowly towards it. Can you give me a Pokemon handling check real quick?
That's a 15.
Not bad. He never moves the entire time that you get closer and closer to the trowel, and as your hand touches it,
Okay, Ziggy.
you see him twitch a little bit anxiously. You can see his eyes kind of looking between you, Brooke, and the trowel. You, Brooke. The trowel, Brooke. You.
I sit.
Brooke, you.
I'll
Brooke,
give him
you.
a
The
scritch.
trowel.
Sit
Brooke, the
next
trowel.
to-
Brooke, the trowel. Jackson, trowel. Back to Jackson.
I'm gonna sit next to Ziggy and just stroke him. Be
Okay,
like,
you
it's
can
okay.
feel just tremors going through his body
It's
as
okay.
Jackson
Jackson's
takes
gonna show you
the
something.
trowel away.
And then I'm just gonna take the pitcher of lemonade and I'm gonna pour some into the end of the trowel,
Okay.
so it's sitting in the well.
Okay.
And then I'll just offer it up to him.
Okay. It sniffs it, but its mouth is still hovering between like the head of the trowel where the lemonade is and the handle of it where you're holding it. Really grappling with the idea that somebody else is holding onto its trowel.
His little pink trowel.
And then it starts slowly lapping at
Boy.
it.
There you go.
You can see its nose start twitching, and it laps faster and faster and faster until it's drank it all, and then it looks at you.
And now you can have your trowel back.
There you go, bud.
Okay, it snatches it up super quickly, does 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way, and then it stops. And it sits there very contentedly.
See, and then we
good
can
boy,
give
Ziggy.
you we can give you lemonade that way, and you don't have to choose between your trowel and the glass.
It kind of thinks about this, but you can tell it doesn't totally understand.
Good boy, Ziggy. And then I'm gonna put him in his Pokeball and ask Raul if he wants any before we leave.
Okay. Ryolu nods.
I pour Raulu a glass of lemonade.
Okay. Ryolu takes the lemonade and drinks it like he doesn't understand why Ziggy had a problem. And he hands it back to you like, "Whoa,"
And I
with a
will
shrug.
give Billy some lemonade, but I'm gonna have to, feed it to him because he doesn't have, arms.
Billy stands there as you sort of feed this little
like a
glass
bottle.
of lemonade into its mouth, and you can see as it's drinking it, it goes, and its little eyes are looking all around as it does, just kind of looking at the sky and
Bottle
looking
for
at
Bonsly.
you, and it just sits there contentedly as it drinks, looking around.
You did good work today, Billy.
And you can see as it finishes the glass, it starts crying a little bit more. You get the sense that its overall water content in its body has raised to a level where it needs to release more.
Yep.
Just a soft trickle.
Yeah. And then when I see that, I'll pull a lemonade away and I'll finish it.
Sure.
What time of day is it?
It would definitely be after supper time, so you're going on like 6, 7 o'clock-ish at this point in time. You made faster work of that than you anticipated.
Perfect. Do we want to go do the Rattata one?
Might as well try.
Where did we have to go for that? I think it was 12th Avenue. Pink House, northern end of town.
Yes.
So let's go look
Psyduck.
for a pink house on the northern end of town.
With a carved Psyduck out front.
Okay. This house takes a little bit longer for you to find, given the fact that there's a number of pink houses in various shades. You know, you stop at one, you consider it for a second, you say, no, that's definitely like a salmon. You go to another one, you're like, more of a dusty rose. You come to one, and it's pink, decidedly a pink color.
I think I'm understanding why they wanted to post the look for the carved Psyduck outside.
Yeah, there's a lot of pink here.
And as
Popular
you
color
look,
in this area.
there's definitely not a Psyduck on the front of this long, so you continue moving along until you come to one house. It's not large by any means. It's a single floor. You can see a detached garage behind it. A front entryway that actually is 2 double doors. One of them may just be decoration, though.
I'll go up and knock.
Okay. As you're knocking there, you hear footsteps coming up from behind you. And you turn to see an elderly man coming up from around the house. He's got some gardening gear on. He looks to have been busy playing with the dirt or something. And he kind of puts a trowel in one of his pockets and he goes, "Oh, hello there. Did you, I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. Are you a new neighbor or something?"
No, we are here about the job that you posted on the bulletin.
Yeah.
As you say that, the door opens up and you see this very cute, very petite woman. She's a couple inches shorter than Brooke. She looks very compact, very friendly, small glasses. Her eyes are nearly shut. And she comes out and she says, "Oh, hello there, young man. I don't believe we've met. What is your name?"
Mine.
Isn't by chance the same old lady that hit on him in the pageant?
No.
Okay.
My name is Jackson. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She says, "Oh, well, my name is Ethel, and this is my husband, Hugh." And
It's
the
a
old
pleasure to
man
meet you,
holds out
Ether
his-
and Hug.
The other guy holds out his liver-stained hands, shakes your hand. He's got a very firm grip, and he says, "Oh, well, very nice to meet you. This here is my wife, Ethel, and my name is Hugh. We put out an ad for a couple young Pokemon trainers. Are you answering that ad?"
Yes, we
We are
are.
certainly the young Pokemon
And Ethel
trainers.
says, "Oh, Hugh, I think they're responding to the ad that we put up in the Pokemon Center."
Yes, we are
Hugh
responding
says,
to the ad.
What was that, old woman?" And she says, "I'm not that old, you old fart." And he says, "Oh, what do you say, using such language in front of company?"
Ratatas.
Ethel says,
You have a Ratata
"Hey,
problem,
you-
right?
oh."
Right? Ratata? There's a
Yes.
Ratata problem.
"Yes, we do have rats. You know, they come off of the fields to the north, and I believe they're in the walls."
So your ad said.
And
Where
Hugh
are
says-
they? Point us in the direction.
Hugh kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "Don't listen to that old bag. She says they're Rattata, but I know best. I'm a crafty one, don't
Okay,
you know?"
what do you think they are?
And Ethel says, "Don't you listen to that old bag. He's gone crazy in his old age. It's Rattata for sure. I've seen them running under the tables and behind the bookshelves." And the old man says, "Don't you listen to that old fart. She doesn't know what she's talking about."
You guys seem happily married.
She
Very
says,
much so.
I really hope I have such a lovely, long-lasting, loving marriage when I'm your age.
He kind of laughs and he says, "Who else would love this old bag? she's practically a hag." And the old woman says, "What was that? What did you say? What do you call me, you good for nothing layabout?"
I think he said you look like a stag, unless I'm I'm mishearing things.
Hugh kind of looks at you and he says, "That's not what I said. What did I say?"
I honestly, I think you told her she was beautiful. Why don't you guys have a tea and show me and Jackson where the Pokemon are?
And Ethel says, "Hey, yes, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Please, why don't you come inside and I will pour you a tea." And the old man says, That's not what you're looking for. I tell you, it's a ghost. There's a ghost in our house. Lives in the attic, I tell you, and at night it runs into walls and plays dirty tricks on us."
Perfect. Where's the attic?
And Ethel says, No, there's no need for you to go up there. I swear with Ratata, I've seen them with my own 2 eyes.
Well, we might as well check both while we're here.
Yes. Why doesn't Jackson look?
I'll look in the attic.
In the attic, and I'll look where the Rattata are, and we'll just cover all the bases.
Ethel says, No, really. Here, come inside. We'll start with a tea, and you can inspect the downstairs. Come on in. And he kind of huffs to himself. He says, I've got business in the backyard. Tell me when it's done. And he kind of huffs to himself, and he wanders around to the back of the house. You guys are led inside to see this. Okay, so you guys would be right next to the front door. Let me get y'all peeps in here. Y'all peeps. So you'd be in the middle of the green mat on the bottom left-hand side.
Like right there?
Yep. Perfect. Okay. And the old woman wanders in, and she says, Oh, I forgot something outside. Please, make yourself at home. This is nothing to hide in here. Just inspect the place. Make sure there's no Rattata. If there are here, make sure you send them a packing.
I think we can manage that.
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck, youngins.
I think we bit off more than we can chew with this one, Jackson.
Maybe. Well, let's go looking for Rattata, I suppose.
Or ghosts.
Or ghosts, apparently. I'm happy to out.
Okay. So, here's how this is going to go. We are going to...
No, shenanigan
I
music.
fucking hate this music.
I love that
Mostly because I know it's gonna be something ridiculous every time.
I love that the piano is legitimately like 20 feet long and like
15 foot by 10 foot piano.
It is a grand piano.
it like
Emphasis on grand.
dwarfs us.
Slightly.
And I'm pretty sure these are cardboard boxes. Some big ass cardboard boxes. And this table? Wow.
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 Okay, so
Could like have a nap in that sink.
for the purpose of this, guys, you guys are gonna move around the house using your regular movement. Every turn, we'll kind of rotate between the two of you, and you're gonna tell me where you're going to inspect and what you're gonna do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are we using like investigation?
Do you want to roll initiative?
Depends on how you're looking. Okay. We are gonna start with initiative, so I'll get both of you guys.
Hey! It was a modified 1.
So Jackson with a 1. What are you?
8.
More.
Really? Wow. Okay, and Brooke. Gotcha. Okay, so Brooke, you're up first. What are you doing?
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Just trying to see if there's a stat that I can.
Shenanigans.
Okay, for the time being, is this blue thing here like a bookshelf?
It is. Bookshelf, cabinet. It's got a number of drawers. It's very tall.
Okay. Riolo will be coming with me for the purpose of this.
Okay.
And I will investigate the
So,
bookshelf, pulling
sorry.
books out, looking behind them, looking for cracks in the wall.
Okay. Give me, if you're investigating, give me an investigation roll. As you're sort of pulling the bookshelf out, taking a look around.
4.
4. You're taking a look. First, it's really hard to get this sort of shelving unit away from the wall. As you're looking, you catch a couple dust bunnies. Beyond that, no Pokemon. Jackson.
I'm gonna go walk up to this piano. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now I'm
Okay.
gonna start looking underneath it and inside of it.
Okay. Just give me a general perception check then. I'm just taking a good overall look.
That should be pretty decent. Let me double check. So that would be a 18.
Okay, as you do so, you catch a purple shape dart out from underneath.
Machu!
And you see a small Pokemon appear. Okay, so that would have been your action. We'll go back to Brooke. You hear Brooke call out to Machu.
Brooke? Call it to what? You mean Jackson?
Sorry, Jackson, call out to Machu. But Brooke, it's your turn.
Okay. Open the right Pokemon. Can he... Oh, this map is so big. Sorry. Okay. Okay. But climbing over all of these is going to use additional movement.
Yes, if you were looking to crawl right over top of them.
Okay. Riolu, go towards that Rattata.
Okay.
35, 40, 50.
Okay,
So-
Riolu goes running over towards it, kind of ducks underneath the piano, and he can see it hiding
I'm
behind
gonna
one of
go
the piano
here
legs.
so I can flank with
As he
it.
goes.
And then that was my dash to move all the way, and then I'm going to use bonus action, quick attack to hit him.
Gotcha. Okay, make an attack against him. Why did I close everything?
13?
13 hits. Roll some damage.
Uh, 6.
Cool. As Riolu dashes around the backside of the piano, it stops and takes a swift jab at the Rattata. The Rattata, not able to defend, is hit. Jackson.
Catch the brat, Jackson!
Yeah! How
It
does
looks
look?
between the two of you. It's taken a little bit of damage. It still looks fine.
Oh,
Okay. Instead of doing the hasty thing, Machu, use Thunder Shock on it.
Awesome. Machu looks at you, and it looks at it, and its eyes light up as it realizes what it's about to do. Its cheeks start sparking up.
That'll be
Good shot.
14, 16 to hit.
Hits.
Hell
And
yeah.
he lets loose a bolt of electricity that flies towards the small Rattata, hitting it dead on.
For
For 4.
for 3 points.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have stab just yet.
Awesome. Another solid hit. The Rattata stops. Its fur a little poofier than before, and it looks between the two of you. It's actually going to run at the Riolu and try to take a... What's it going to do? Runs at Riolu and tries to take a bite attack at it.
Okay.
That is going to be... That's not bad. Dex. So that's a 17 to hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to take 7 points of dark type damage as it clamps onto your Riolu's foot.
So it's resistant, so 3 or 4?
It's always rounded down.
Okay, so 3.
Okay. Pichu,
Hang on. How's it looking?
how's it looking? It's taking damage. You wouldn't consider it half yet. Like, it's not
Okay,
bloody.
I'm countering then.
Okay.
That's my reaction. We get all our PP back after we go to the Pokemon Center,
You
right?
do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. 11, 12, 13, 15.
15.
Yeah,
That hits.
From a counter.
Definitely hits.
Eh, 4 points of fighting type.
Okay. Although it looked like a pretty pathetic counter as Riolu catches him kind of on the side, the Rattata, weak to fighting type, takes the hit incredibly hard. It falls to the ground and
God damn it.
really struggles to pick itself back up. It's looking pretty hurt. It is
I'm
now looking very hurt.
I'm a yeet a Pokeball at it.
Awesome. You throw a Pokeball at it.
That is... Oh, shit.
As the Pokeball hits it, and it starts wiggling on the ground,
This is 10.
a 10. 10 is not enough. Even though this Rattata is fairly weak, you're not sure what level it is or how strong overall it is.
No!
It manages to break out of the ball. And it appears before you, and it looks at you and growls.
So is it, whose turn is it?
It is now
The
back to
Rattata's.
Riolu's turn.
So
Oh.
my turn.
Sorry,
Rattata first?
Jackson. Yeah, Jackson threw the Pokeball. So unless he wants to move,
I'm,
No,
c-
I'm
I'm
staying where I
confused
am.
though, because didn't
Okay.
the Rattata attack me and then I countered? That's why I hit it with counter?
correct. And then Jackson went, and now it's your turn.
So,
Yeah, so it's after you.
I will throw a Pokeball at it.
Okay, throw your Pokeball.
Yeet. Oh,
It's plus animal handling, right?
Correct.
yeah.
So 21.
Oh, much better. The ball rolls.
Oh, sorry,
twice.
that's wrong.
So the ball rolls
19.
twice, and then it stops, and it's a very assured. Doong. What is it? Nope, but that's a good one, anyways. Capturing the Pokemon. So that Rattata is no longer there. Good work, guys. You've captured the first Rattata. Okay. Jackson,
one,
you
and
see
then
the
obliterate all
Pokemon
the
disappear
others.
inside the Pokeball.
Perfect.
And yet you hear scurrying from somewhere else in the house.
Can I kind of know a direction?
Give me a perception check. Putting your ear to the air. What'd you roll? A natural 1. Oh, Brooke, decide what Pokemon you're going to hold on to. And which one's
The
gonna
ones
go
I
back.
currently have.
Okay, so the Rattata is going to go back to the box. Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. There's general motion in the house. You hear something run somewhere. You just can't make out where. But it is your turn. So where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to check out this bookshelf.
Okay. What are you doing? Give me an investigation. Let's go with investigation this time. As you start like digging, you pulling out some
Hey!
of the books themselves. Just taking a general gander at it.
That's good. That is. It should be more than that. Yeah, that should be 19.
19. Awesome. Okay. So, as you are inspecting this bookcase, you see another purple fluff ball sort of pop out from between the books. It looks at you, and it looks at the other electric mouse you got next to it, and it jumps at it,
Oh no!
moving right up next to you. Brooke, you hear Jackson call out in surprise as another Rattata has appeared in the other room.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to see if I hear any others elsewhere.
Okay, give me a perception check. So this will be your action.
It's an 8.
That's an 8. You hear commotion
But I can still
coming
move.
from the other room, but you can still move if you'd like.
Okay. And now, my turn.
Okay. Jackson, you go first.
Oh, perfect. Machu, kiss it.
Okay, Pichu looks at you, cocks his eyes, and then purses its lips and jumps towards it for a big smooch.
For a big sweet kiss, so it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, not bad, Rattata. Saving throw. Ooh, that's a negative. That's a 14.
Ah, shit, he makes it.
Yeah, rolled pretty good.
That kiss was for nothing.
This Rattata, its
It started
eyes
out
kind of
with
go
a kiss.
crosswise as Pichu lands this kiss, and then it shakes its head, and you can hear it kind of growl. The Rattata, however, is gonna try to bite your Pichu.
No.
As it jumps in, that's probably gonna miss. That's a 7.
No, that does not hit.
Yeah, Pichu's far too swift, and jumps out of the way as this Rattata hits the ground. Brooke.
Okay. Sorry. Ryolu, get in there and flank with Pichu if you can.
You can make it there with 45.
Yeah. And, because Brooke can't really see, she's going to say, if you can hit it when you get there, use a quick attack.
Awesome. And the Railu is gonna run in and then quickly jab at it.
Okay, that is a 20 modified.
Okay, that definitely hits.
6 normal type.
6 normal type damage.
And then Brooke's gonna move.
Okay, solid blow.
30. Okay.
Jackson. Brooke runs into the room behind you.
Machu, you gotta kiss it.
Goes in for another kiss.
Need an intelligence saving throw.
That's gonna be a 2.
Then you are. Let me double check. Confused.
Wonderful. I'm gonna put
For-
this token there. The Rattata is entirely confused as to why this other small mouse keeps kissing it. It's looking at both of you, and its eyes kind of go clockwise, and you can see it start staggering around a little bit. So it's for how long is it confused?
Oh, sorry. D4?
Yes.
1 round.
1 round. So it'll be confused for next round. Which is right now. So the Rattata.
Isn't it confused until the end of my next turn?
Probably. That makes the most sense.
1d4 rounds as determined by the roll from the attacker at the time confusing. Yeah. Loses ability, so it doesn't take reactions. Moves at half speed. After selecting a move to activate and spend PP on, it must roll a d20. Result of 9 or lower, the creature hurts itself. Okay. Alright, so it's going to turn around and it's going to try to take another bite at your Pichu, so it's confused.
Machu!
It definitely fails. So it takes a few more damage as it kind of bites its own tongue.
I know that feeling, Rattata.
It looks hurt.
Rattata? Rattata?
Okay, Brooke.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Brooke is going to go over here by this bush.
By the bush. The bushy
and
bush.
say, how does the Rattata look?
It's taken a couple hits. It looks mostly fine. It would look better if it wasn't confused.
Okay, right, well, he's confused. Hit him again. Quick attack. Well, good thing I have
Ooh.
advantage. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10?
Yes.
10 does not hit.
'Kay.
Rayolu's having a very difficult time reading the Rattata's movements. As it's staggering about, he tries to land a quick jab, and the Rattata is not where he thought it would be.
That's all right. Hit him again. Quick attack.
Oh my
What
god.
the frick? Okay, nope.
Less.
That's less.
Yeah, no luck. 2 swift jabs, and the Rattata is just not there. Pichu and Jackson.
Pichu, back up a little bit. 5, 10. I believe because it's
He
confused.
doesn't get a reaction. Nope.
Perfect.
Be-
And
Before the Rattata even knows that the Pichu's stepping away, Pichu's already gone.
Pichu, give it some electroshock therapy.
Go for it.
Thundershock. That would be a 13.
That hits.
For 7 points of electric type damage.
7 points of electric type damage. Awesome. Let's loose another beam of electricity that travels through the air and hits this little Rattata. The Rattata looks blackened in some spots. The tips of its little whiskers are charged with electricity. The Rattata is confused, but it still sees one foe behind it, and it's going to try to
It
make a
shouldn't
bite
be confused
attack.
anymore.
Nope.
It was
You're
only
right.
one round.
One round, okay. Then it's going to consider its actions a little bit more. Okay, it's going to turn around to try and hit the Riolu
'Kay.
with a bite. That's going to hit with a 19.
Yes.
Okay. Riolu is going to take 6 points of dark type damage.
So 3.
And then the Rattata is going to follow up with a quick attack as it sort of jumps to the ground and catapults itself back up towards the Riolu.
Okay.
That's going to be a natural 20.
Okay. I
And
will
the
be countering.
Rattata is going to do what the Rattata is going to do. That is going to be 10 points of normal type damage as he catches Riolu in just the right spot. Riolu kind of holds on to its stomach, having the wind knocked out of it.
Riolu, counter him. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Riolu, unprepared for this assault, actually falls backwards onto his butt and kind of falls prone in front of this Rattata.
5,
But it
10,
is
15.
Riolu and your turn.
30. I'm gonna come running over here by Riolu.
Okay.
Riolu, it's okay. Get back up and hit him again. Quick attack.
Okay. Riolu looks at you and jumps to his feet and goes in for a quick
At least
attack.
over 20.
That hits.
5.
5. Okay. You hit the Rattata and it hits the ground hard, stops moving for a second, and then it stands up, looks at both of you, looks to the door, and scampers out the front door. Gone.
Ah, I fainted him. God damn it.
Okay. You two are left again in this room.
Sorry, Jackson.
Just you and your
Fine, there'll be
Pokemon.
more.
but you hear more scratching coming from somewhere. You get the sense that these old people were right. This is kind of maddening. They're all over the house.
So Jackson's turn?
Jackson.
15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to start looking through this bookcase. Just
Okay.
kind of rifling, pulling the books down to just look around behind them.
Sure, give me an investigation with disadvantage because you're kind of at a distance here. You're just kind of taking a really good gander,
Ooh.
studying the whole thing.
Not bad.
14.
14. You see signs that a Pokemon was here, like some nibbles on the edge of one of the bookcase's feet.
I think there was one over here.
Books are kind of knocked over. One has actually been knocked off the bookcase, but you don't see any Pokemon specifically in that bookcase. Brooke.
Okay. Brooke's going to take a look at this bush.
Okay.
Flower bush or whatever. I'm going to shake the pot.
Okay. Give me an athletics check as you pick
Trying
up the pot
to
and
scare
start
something out.
shaking.
God damn it!
Would you roll?
8.
An 8. You have a hard time even lifting the pot, let
Wasn't
alone shaking
the
it.
tree.
You pull it off maybe about a inch off the ground before you drop it back down. But nothing comes out. Jackson.
I'm going to 5, 10. Look under this table.
Okay, give me a perception check.
That would be at least a 17. Let me check and see if it's more. Just 17.
Okay. As you peer under this coffee table, you see these two eyes meet yours, and you hear a soft and another one pops out.
Perfect.
If I was right. Let's see here. There you go. Brooke.
Rail, get up on him! He's gonna run.
up off
He
of
is
that
not
thing.
slowed by the movement of the table because he is athlete, and I forgot about that.
Okay.
Hit him 2 times with a quick attack.
Okay. Railu runs around the side of the
13?
table, jumps off the side, goes in for a hit, smokes
skeet.
the Rattata, who
13?
wasn't expecting him to come down the other side. Hits.
6.
6 points of damage. A solid blow on the Rattata.
And he didn't take his second shot.
Okay.
I thought that was gonna roll out. I was like, no! That's a 15?
That hits too. A second solid jab to the snoot of this Rattata.
It's a 4.
4. And the
All
Rattata
normal
kind of
type.
staggers back a little bit, breathing a little heavily. Its teeth chattering. Okay. The Rattata is going to make a bite attack against your Riolu. It's going to be a 12.
12 hits.
12 hits. So that's going to be 4 points of dark type damage. And it's going to follow it up with a quick attack.
Hang on. How's he looking? Because I might counter.
Give me a medicine check as you peer under this table.
It's a 19.
19. He's looking decent. Like, he's probably right at the cusp of being halfway beat.
Counter it!
Okay, goes in for a counter.
10. Wait. Yeah, 10.
10? That doesn't hit anyways. The Rattata scurries around and comes in for a quick attack. That's going to be... I didn't roll. Okay, that is going to be a 19 to hit you.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to take 7 points of normal type damage as it catches the Riolu. The Riolu, too busy trying to counter the first hit, can't block the second. Jackson.
Yeah.
Pichu's waiting there watching this scene unfold. His eyes
Her
wide.
eyes.
Her eyes.
Her
Why do I keep
eyes.
misgendering?
Because we all keep
Machu.
doing it.
Oh,
Because her name is Machu.
Yeah.
I feel bad. It's a very macho
It's a very
name.
much, yeah.
It's a very macho man name.
Machu, shoot more lightning.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thunderbolts and lightning. Are they very frightening? Hey, that's a 19.
Perfect. That hits. As she stares underneath the coffee table, letting loose this burst of electricity.
And dealing 7 points of electric type damage.
Oh, awesome. This Rattata, again, looks fried. Its eyes go wide. I didn't expect this assault from behind it. Turning between the two attackers. Riolu and Brooke.
Ryolu, try and restrain him from Jackson.
Okay. Riolu is going to try to make a grapple against it.
Yes. So just a straight strength?
It's an athletics
Okay.
or acrobatics.
Yes.
Whatever you
15.
prefer. Okay.
He tries to grapple.
Yeah,
him
it
down.
fails with like a 9.
So
Your
like
Riolu's far
pins
more
him to the
athletic.
table.
Absolutely. It's like a wrestling technique. You currently have it grappled. One more successful grapple and it would be considered restrained.
Quick,
Okay.
Jackson, before he gets away.
But before my turn,
Yeah, the Rattata can't do anything to get out of here. It's being firmly held onto, so it's actually going to turn back to the Riolu and try to bite it.
Okay.
That's totally going to miss with a 7.
Yes.
Yeah, goes in for that bite, and Riolu kind of pulls back, having a little bit of leverage, having this hold on it. But the Rattata sort of stiffens its tail and then shoots out like a spring towards it for a quick attack. That's going to be a 12.
Yes.
Okay.
and then some damage.
You're going to take 7 points of normal type damage as it catches Riolu again. Unable to block properly because it's so close to this. Jackson, there's a scuffle. You can see the table kind of going and rocking as the two Pokemon fight underneath it.
I'ma throw a Pokeball at the rat.
Okay, you kind of roll it under the table towards
Oh
it.
my god, why? 8.
And with an 8, the Pokeball rolls twice. And then breaks open, and this angry little rat appears. It is no longer grappled, however, because entering the Pokeball and exiting it broke that grapple.
Why?
Brooke.
Brooke is... She's gonna come around here, and she's gonna lay her hands on Riolu's back and say, "You got this, buddy." And pat him on the back. Oh, no, I'm not. I thought I still had 10 left. I do not. I'm gonna feed him a potion instead.
Okay.
What is the potion again?
So potions are actually spray bottles in
Yep,
this.
so spray him.
Yeah, regular potion is 2d4 plus 2. I think. No, it's 1d4 plus 2. Am I making that up? Potion 2d4 plus 2.
That was a 2. Oh, this one.
So 7.
Yo.
Do you get a
7
bonus to
points of
healing from
healing.
being a nurse, or?
No.
I think at later levels she might. Okay. You notice some of his bruising sort of heals up very quickly, and he looks over his shoulder, nods at you, and puts his fists back up towards this angry rat in front of him. The Rattata sees its option around it, and it's actually going to disengage and move. And move to this side of the couch as it runs over top of the couch and jumps down the other side. Jackson, you see a scurrying figure move from under the couch, or under the table, run over the couch and drop down the other side.
And I run to the other side, and I dive, and I throw another Pokeball.
Okay.
That's better, 19.
Much better. The ball rolls and rolls and rolls,
As does my hip.
and then eventually comes to a stop. Nope. That one. You have successfully captured the Rattata.
Ha ha! And it'll just go back to the PC for now.
Okay. So what's that one? There. Very nice. Okay. Okay, you guys have successfully eliminated another threat. And yet you still hear more scratching from somewhere else in the house. Brooke.
Can I determine which direction in the house it is coming from?
Sure. Give me another perception roll.
5.
No. You're not sure. It's just ever present. It's
'Kay.
like this awful itch.
I
that
am
won't
going
go
to
away.
move over here, and Rayla will come with me.
Okay. Jackson,
Ah,
as you run across the room,
5, 10,
kind of searching the
15,
couch in this
20.
other
25, 30. I'm
end
gonna
of the table.
dust myself off, get back up, and 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. But that's it, because that would be movement and my action.
Awesome. Jackson moves into the other room very hurriedly and starts looking around. Brooke.
I'm gonna lay down on the floor. Do I have a line of sight under the table to the other couch too, or
Sure.
is there like a skirt on the couch?
No, it's a little bit off. You could see under both couches from where you are. Sure.
Okay. Can I lay on the floor and look both sides, see if I can see under both couches?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
It's a 14.
14. You look under both couches. You don't see anything else. However, you can hear very specifically there is something moving in this room still. There's definitely still something in this room besides yourself and Ryolu.
Okay. I will crawl
Okay.
over here.
Okay.
Rayla will follow me.
Okay. Jackson.
I'm gonna start looking under whatever this is.
Okay, that's another couch.
Now we'll look under that couch
Okay.
and between the cushions and everything.
Gotcha. Okay, give me an investigation roll then.
9.
Yeah, as you start pulling this apart, there's most definitely not a Pokemon in this couch. However, there's a little bit of loose change. You find a remote control and a couple others that have just kind of been wedged in here, lost and forgotten. Lots of crumbs. Could definitely use a clean. Brooke.
Damn it!
Okay. Jackson looked in this bookshelf.
He did.
What is this?
It's like a filing cabinet.
Okay. I will start opening drawers to the filing cabinet.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
And we'll do so in a very jarring way, like I'm trying to really re-rush it, see if I knock anything out and scare it.
I like it.
It's a 5.
Given the nature of what you're doing, give me with advantage. Just based on how you described it.
11.
11? Okay. As
Oh,
you are
11.
rattling this bookcase, or this filing cabinet, you get through the first one, you get through the second one, you start pulling out the third, and it feels heavier than the second two. You pull it out, and it's about eye level. You see this large, furry, brown rat.
Ah!
Peek its head
Not a
over the
Rattata!
top.
Not a Rattata!
Its teeth rear up, and it jumps down towards you. As a much larger, more aggressive-looking creature pops out of the filing cabinet. Okay, Jackson.
Oh, I opened the wrong thing. Hang on. What is your movement, Machu?
What is your modus operandi?
25. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Which means that you could make it to there. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, you come running around hearing the bit of a scuffle, and you see sitting on top of this filing cabinet, this big, mean-looking rat, its long, naked tail whipping behind it, bits of paper kind of coming out. You can see that it's been shredding almost like a nest in this cabinet. It looks over at you, its teeth massive, possibly even the size of Pichu itself.
Oh, Lord.
Brooke, it's your turn.
Okay. Can Ryolu stand here?
Ryolu can
And
move in
still
front of
get
you.
him?
Yep,
Because is he like on the cabinet?
he is. But he's kind of leering down, like he's not
Okay,
hiding.
so
inside
he's
it
within
anymore.
reach.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more quick attack on him, Ryolu. Oh, it's a natural
no.
one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of this, Ryolu runs up the side of the filing cabinet, goes to make an attack, kind of hits the open drawer, and falls down backwards on his back, falling prone.
It's okay. Get back up. Which only costs him 5 feet of movement, and hit him
Shakes
again.
his head, and he runs back up the side of the bookcase.
10.
It's a 10? Yeah, not good enough. The Raticate actually catches its little fist as it moves up and shoves him back down to the ground.
Oh, bugger.
Okay. It is now the Raticate's turn. The Raticate is actually going to move down off the side of this bookcase to better face you. You can see as it scurries, it's got a very good grip on the bookcase itself with its climb speed. As it does so, it's grinding its teeth. And you can see it is making just this awful face towards the Ryolu. Ryolu, can you give me a wisdom save?
Oh no!
As the Raticate makes
9.
a scary face towards it. Okay. Ryolu, seeing this awful creature climbing down the side, threatening it so, it is frightened, and it is considered paralyzed. So Ryolu is paralyzed. Seeing that it's paralyzed, the Raticate goes in for a quick attack. And that is going to be a 7,
Miss.
which is going to miss.
That's what you get.
So do you remember what paralysis?
And I don't remember what paralysis
Half
is.
Paralyzed
Speed,
creature has
rolling a
disadvantage
D4.
on any strength or dex saving throws, and attacks against it have advantage. Oh, so the Raticate actually gets to roll again. That's much better. So that's going to be a 25 to hit.
Yes. Can I counter?
Depends on whether or not you leave.
That is going
Is it hyperfancy?
8 points of normal type damage.
Okay.
Doosh, as it slams into the
Can
side
I
of Ryolu.
counter?
Go for it.
Do I have to roll something?
You do. You have to roll a 1d4. If you roll a 4, you're paralyzed and cannot make that
3.
move. No problem. So you go in for a counter.
12.
Okay. As this creature slams its large body against it, Ryolu goes to make a counter, and the Raticate moves way faster than you would have anticipated, and it's already out of the way before Ryolu
Damn
can
it.
counter it.
Oh,
It's got a much
shit.
higher AC than that. Okay, Jackson.
Machu, shake your tail at it. And he's gonna use tail whip.
Nice.
So I need a
Wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
Oh, he definitely fails. That's like a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
straight 2.
he fails, and fucking let me scroll. Let me fucking Jesus Christ.
So
I
every
think
attack
it's a
against him,
-1.
yeah, basically to his AC.
Yeah.
Okay. For 10
Yeah.
turns.
Yeah. Every attack against it gets a +1 for a minute.
Awesome. The Raticate, looking between these two creatures, looks back at Machu, sees it wagging its tail, and you can see it's kind of got this quizzical face on it, but it lets its guard down a little bit.
Ha ha.
Brooke.
I think I fucked up.
What's up?
Like, hang on. I did fuck up. Okay. I could have steadfast it, and I forgot. Okay, so it's a +1.
Yeah.
You get a +1 to your attack, yes.
Okay. I really, those were words. Ryolu, I know it's risky, but let's just try and power through it. Quick attack him. So I am not paralyzed.
Okay.
It's a 10.
No, this Raticate is far too fast, and despite how quick the jabs are coming, the Raticate is dodging backwards with equally quick footwork. It's not as practiced as the Ryolu, but it is just pure speed.
I have to roll to see if I can do a second attack.
Correct. Every time you try to make a move.
Okay, not paralyzed.
Yes.
Oh, that's a 15.
15, is that plus your 1?
Yeah, that is with it.
Still misses.
Oh,
Yeah,
me.
you almost catch it, and you kind of catch fur as the Raticate scurries behind and then back
damn.
around to where it was. The Raticate, however, on its turn, kind of holds its teeth up to the air, and it starts grinding them together, making this awful noise. As it does so, you see these 3 spectral swords appear above its head, kind of cross, and start moving around it.
What the
as it
fuck is that?
activates Sword Dance.
I don't know.
I guess there's not really any way to explain sword dance other than that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
It pulls out some daggers and starts dancing around with them. It's not going to use them to fight, but you feel very intimidated.
Okay. As the blades dance around its head and around its body, it looks back at the Ryolu and goes in for another quick attack.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. So that's only going to be a 13.
That
With
still
advantage?
hits.
13 hits?
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't roll very well. So that is going to be 7 points of normal type damage as it throws its whole body towards Ryolu. How's Ryolu looking?
He's fine.
Are you sure? Or are you just lying to me?
No, he's fine.
Okay, Jackson.
Yeah, Pete, Machu, that thing you did where you shook your tail at it did decently. So do that again, I guess? Use another tail whip. So wisdom saving throw, please.
That's going to be a straight 10.
Then no, it fails.
Okay.
And so now your attack has a +2 against it.
Very good.
And that'll be all.
Okay. Brooke.
Okay. Take a break, Ryolu. You did good. And meow. Beach, please.
You going to drop Sassy on?
I put her there already.
I don't see her.
She's just little. It's not my fault the Rattata's so fat and big and takes up so much space.
I don't see your Sassy at all.
Right here.
Where?
Right here.
No, she's not.
She is mad. Do you see her?
Yeah, I see her.
Weird, because it's on that screen. It's not on this screen, but it's on. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Sassy is there,
Right here.
appearing before this
She's just
cat
so
before the rat. Strangely enough, the rat is actually larger than the cat itself. This Raticate isn't as large as, say, a medium creature, but it is over half your size, Brooke, which puts it probably in the neighborhood of twice as tall as your Meowth. The Raticate, seeing this new creature appear, is going to lock eyes with that Pichu, and you can see as it kind of throws its head, and one of the daggers, one of the swords floating around its head, flies towards you. It's going to make a ranged attack at disadvantage because it's in melee. That is going to be a...
It's going to be a not enough, is my prediction.
I hate it when I done fuck up. I always forget that Pokemons have, like, abilities.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, Ryolu could have chosen to pass that.
Yeah, so that's a 6. So the
Oh.
sword goes flying past the Pichu
It does
and
not
actually
hit.
slams into the couch, causing a big gash to form in it, and then disappears. It kind of shakes its head, and then turns back to the Meowth to take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a natural 20
Okay.
on your
Yeah.
Meowth. Yas.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck? Yes.
Yes, that's Queen Athalia.
Not my bae.
You're going to take 21 points of dark type damage
Holy
as
fuck.
it just lays
21?
into your Meowth.
Bye, Sassy.
She's
Nearly
still up.
chewing your small cat in half. You hear it cry out in pain.
Fuck me. Well, that hurt.
With a natural 20, it would.
How?
Jackson.
Machu, shoot lightning at it. And that's a 16.
16. Just hits.
Yes.
You know, even with the swords that are kind of dancing around its head, it is still it's still not able to dodge that.
Perfect. And that'll be 7 points of electric type damage.
Awesome. Landing the first serious blow on this thing. It needs to make a concentration check to see if it can keep up those swords.
The
And it
swords-
succeeds easily. Awesome. Okay.
It's still a +2 to hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Sassy, I'm so sorry. Bite it.
Goes in for a bite.
12. 18.
That is absolutely going to hit.
And because she has Savage Attacker, I'm rolling my damage dice twice and picking the highest. Because I
Okay.
can do that once a turn.
Solid.
So I'm just gonna use it.
Go, Sassy.
Oh, that's still shitty, though. 6.
6. Wonderful. This cat getting up, you can see it's hurt. Its fur is ruffled, and it rears back and takes a bite against this Raticate, which just bit it, doing pretty decent damage. The Raticate's going to look between the two of you. Picking its target, however, it's going to go and take a run towards this Pichu.
I take a reaction.
Okay, so you get an attack of opportunity.
Did it roll for concentration before? After it got hit?
No, it didn't. That's fine.
22 to hit it.
22 hits. So as it tries to run away,
Oh! Goddamn 3!
takes another 3 points of dark type damage.
A 1. Ugh.
As your Meowth kind of bites its tail, the Raticate comes running towards your Pichu.
Oh, no.
Mouth wide open.
Oh, no. With my mouth wide open.
That is going to be... That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Ever so slightly.
Okay. You're going to take 12 points of dark type damage as it runs over and bites into your
I'm
Pichu.
still up, baby.
How's Pichu looking?
Not good.
Pichu kind of gets thrown to the ground and it picks itself up.
Now, we'll use concentration.
Electricity streaming from its cheeks. And then the Raticate's going to try to make a quick attack at it.
So
That-
I think that would maintain concentration. That would be 11. I would have had to roll 10.
That's a 10 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Oh, nice. Pichu gets up just in time to see the Raticate smoke the ground and pick itself back up.
How's this Raticate looking?
Raticate is looking... Give me a medicine check real quick.
That would be a... Where's my medicine? 12.
12? You've done some pretty good damage on it. It looks like you could probably still go a few more rounds at the pace that it's been going.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Get up on the dance floor.
We're gonna have
get
to
on up
change
on the
our
dance
strategy
floor.
here, Pichu. Machu. Hey Machu. It started out with a kiss.
How
How did
it
it end
Got
up
it out
like
like this. It was only a kiss. Give it another sweet kiss.
It really considers its actions, and then Pichu slowly leans over to give it a kiss.
Intelligence saving throw.
Okay, so here's what happened. It rolled a 12, however, it's got a -2, so it's actually a 10.
So it fails.
So it fails.
And it is now confused.
The Raticate looks very surprised that this
For 2
small
rounds.
Pokemon that it just almost bit in half just gave it a kiss. Brooke,
Okay.
the
It's confused
Raticate
for 2
looks
rounds.
decidedly very confused.
Get up in there, Meowth.
Get up.
Go, Sassy.
I'm just going to take your word for
Bite
it that your Meowth has moved in behind to flank
She's flanking.
it. Okay. Because I can't see it.
That's over 20.
That hits.
And because of Savage Attacker, I'm going to roll pick the highest. That one is chalk.
Very nice. This Meowth is not letting its favorite foe get away. 10 points of damage.
10 points of dark damage.
Not bad. That time laying into the back of the Raticate. The Raticate sort of rears backwards, throwing the Meowth off. Meowth catches its 2 feet and stands there bipedally, swatting at this
I
Raticate.
can't wait till I get Meowth Sentinel.
Raticate is looking between its 2 adversaries. Okay. First, it's going to stare down at the Pichu, and it grinds its teeth, making this horrible noise and this scary face. However, is it confused?
Yep.
Oh, it needs to roll a d20. 17. No problem. Damn it. You need to make a wisdom save. Pichu.
Oh, probably not. Doesn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
matter.
Pichu is paralyzed. However,
I'm not
electric type
paralyzed.
Pokemon are immune to paralysis. So Pichu is not paralyzed.
Sick.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Pichu would have been paralyzed. However, there's too much electricity flowing through its veins.
He's like,
I'm
Hype me up with that bullshit.
feeling my bones.
And it's going to use a quick attack to attack Sassy
No.
as it turns around swiftly.
This gonna hurt. This
Has to see if it's confused to do that too, or
It
does
does.
this do it once
So
per
that's
turn?
a 15.
Yeah.
And that's going to be over 20 to
God
hit.
damn it!
So you are
Sassy,
going
come
to
back.
take...
Back into
This
your
happens every time I send out Sassy. I'm like,
Sassy,
Sassy,
come back.
go! And then she gets hit by something
Yep.
brutal right off the bat. And I'm like, ow!
Sassy
She's just a
is going to
masochist.
take 8 points of normal type damage as it turns around and
You are
checks right into
shitting
the
me
side of
right
it.
now.
I don't shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I do, just
You-
not right now.
Yeah.
just knocked her unconscious.
Oh no. Sassy hits the
Sassy
ground
McSassy
and then
Pants.
disappears inside the Pokeball.
Bae. Who do I want to send out?
Poor Sassy Bay.
My Sassy Bae. My Bae. My Bae. Electric.
Go, Axel!
That's not actually where I'm putting him over here.
Perfect. So you throw Axel over on the other side of the coffee table, and he kind of peeks out, looking at everything going on, and sees the large rat Pokemon tussling with the Pichu across the room, and starts growling. That was the Raticate's turn. It's Jackson's turn.
Hey, Machu, use your womanly charms on it. And she's going to use charm.
Okay.
So that's a wisdom saving throw.
It's going to be an 8.
And then it fails.
Mm-hmm.
So, on a fail, the target subtracts 2 from all attacks against me, against Machu for the duration. The duration
Wow.
is 1 minute.
So not only has it let its guard down, seeing this small Pichu next to it, it almost seems to become less aggressive
Oh,
towards
wait,
it.
is that concentration? It doesn't specify on here.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be? Okay, perfect. Then we should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Brooke,
Okay.
what are you laughing about?
Axel! costs it costs movement to get up on the table.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Axel's small, so Axel could just run under the table if he wanted to.
Climb up over that table, Axel! Get hyped! Run and charge at him! So he's gonna run up on top of the table and
Jumps
then
up on top of the table.
flying leap at the Eradicate. Because, yeah. Is this still a +2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, 8, 9, 10, 12.
12 does not hit.
Damn it.
Axel goes flying across the room, and the Eradicate ducks as this small dog goes flying over top of it, hitting the bookshelf, landing on the ground, and then flipping back around to the other side of
How
it.
much extra movement would it have cost to get up there?
So it would have taken double the movement,
Okay,
so it
that's
would have
fine.
taken 10 feet to get to the top.
Oh, wait there. I knew I should have
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. The Eradicate looks at the two aggressors here, and it growls down at both of them, kind of backing up, a little intimidated by what's going on. And he goes, and it is going to try to make a bite attack against Electrike. So it succeeds
With the
against its confusion. That is definitely not going to hit. That is a 9.
Nice.
Ah.
Miss.
Yeah, he goes in for a mean bite towards this Electrike. And just like the Electrike missing the Eradicate, Electrike kind of jumps up on top of it, bounces off its head, and lands back where it is. The Eradicate, none too pleased by this, is going to go in for a quick attack. Succeeds in its confusion.
God damn it.
And is totally going to miss again. Does an 11 hit? No. Yeah, dives back down towards the Electrike, but Electrike is feeling really nimbly today. Dodging out of the way easily. Jackson.
Hey, Pichu, kiss it again! Kiss it again! Sweet kiss. So that's an intelligence saving throw.
That's going to be a 10 minus 2. So
So
an
it
8.
fails again.
Yeah,
And so it is
Raticate's not
confused.
certain why it keeps getting kissed by this small rodent.
Confused for 4 rounds.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Raticate's looking between
Especially
the
'cause
two.
she
It
is
gets a
very
little
hurt.
smooch on the cheek and goes. Brooke.
Okay. Axel, run off some steam, spin around a bit, and come back and get him at the back. So Axel's gonna run 1, 10, 15, 20, under the table, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55.
And then runs back in to attack everyone behind. The Raticate is far too confused to take an attack of opportunity as this small dog comes to slam back into the back of it again.
21.
21 hits.
2, 3, 4, 9.
Minus 9. Awesome. The Raticate takes a little bit of time to finally pick itself up. You can see that it's no longer standing on its 2 legs with its front 2 graspy feet. Its one front paw is on the ground, and the other one's up defensively, kind of leering at the 2 Pokemon as it's coming after it. The Raticate is going to try to... Yeah, that's all he's got. He's going to go for another bite against the Electrike. Don't think that's going to hit either.
And it has to roll for confusion again.
Yeah. So it fails its confusion, so it immediately just takes damage.
Nice.
And that's the end of its turn. As it goes to try to make a bite at you, it kind of smacks itself in the face. And it looks back. This thing is looking very, very hurt right now. Jackson.
I'm gonna throw a Pokeball.
Okay.
That's a 19, or no, it's a modified 20.
Okay. The Pokeball rolls, and it rolls, and it rolls, and it rolls. And then it rolls some more, and it rolls, and it rolls, and it rolls. There's this furious struggle happening inside the Pokeball. Eventually it comes to a stop.
Hey!
The Raticate successfully captured.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. The next threat has been eliminated. Safely inside your Pokeball. I'm assuming you want that Raticate to go to the PC?
Yep.
Okay. Mean Raticate. Okay. Brooke, you see the Pokemon disappear inside the Pokeball and Jackson run over to pick it up. Even in his hand, it looks like the ball is shaking a little bit. Or maybe Jackson's just shaking a little bit. You're not sure.
Yeah, a little column A, a little column B.
Okay. Axel, run into that other room over there and do a menacing howl. Try and lure him out.
Okay.
30. He will get there and he's just gonna howl.
Give me an Intimidate. For him.
Yeah. 14.
Solid. As he runs in, howling and yipping aggressively, you see two shapes dislodge themselves from the furniture.
There's 2 more in here, Jackson.
Running. Outwards. Okay. Jackson. You hear movement in the other room.
Damn it! That one's gonna have total cover. Actually, never mind. I can't even see
Yeah,
it.
you can't see it around the corner there.
5,
Technically,
10, 15,
wouldn't
20,
he though?
25,
Because wouldn't
30.
the like room, the wall be like here?
It's weird.
Okay.
It's very weird. We're also assuming there's probably furniture against this wall as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Machu, shake your tail at that one there.
Go on, let me
Gonna
see you shake
use a little
your
bit of a
tail.
booty shake.
Perfect. So that Rattata rolls a flat 16.
Then
Okay. It's too
nothing
busy
happens.
scampering to have a problem with you. Okay. These two Rattatas, seeing new shapes entering the field, come running towards you aggressively. Both Rattatas flank you from either side, and they both go in for quick attacks against the old man,
Yeah.
putting himself in danger. The first one is going to be a natural 20.
Against me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
The
that-
second
that
one
hits.
is going to be a 14.
Don't even think I need to check my sheet. I'm pretty sure that hits too.
Awesome. So the two come running in from either side of you. The first one dealing 7 points of damage as it catches you in one side. And as you look over, the other one
Oh, that's my
comes
kidney.
barreling out, and you take another 6 points from that one.
And that's my liver.
Brooke, the old man is being assaulted by these small purple rats. And they're both growling aggressively at him.
Okay. Axel, get back here next to me and take a running charge at him.
Okay, he kind of whips back to you, turns around, and dashes straight towards the Rattata, making a running charge.
And instead of taking the up to my attack damage, I'm gonna push him 10 feet away from Jackson.
Okay, are you going to hit?
Yep. Well, I still hit. I still do damage. I'm just, instead of adding +5 to my damage, I'm pushing him 10 feet.
So you need to roll the hit.
I did.
Oh, perfect. What'd you roll?
18.
Awesome, hits.
Ooh, max
8.
damage.
So he takes 8 points of damage, and he's pushed 10 feet backwards.
Yes.
He kind of somersaults backwards, collects himself, and leers back towards the Electrike.
And then Brooke's gonna stand next to Jackson so the Rattata can't flank.
Okay. Jackson, your turn. As you
Machu,
collect yourself after getting hit by these two Rattatas.
Machu, shoot the one that the electric just hit. Do it.
Okay. Pichu narrows his eyes and looks at it and shoots this beam of electricity out at it.
No, it doesn't.
With a natural 1, can you roll damage for me, please?
That's 4 points of electric type damage.
Okay. With 3 adversaries, or 3 teammates, I should say, between
Adversaries.
the Rattata and your Pichu. Pichu just sprays wildly. Can I get one of you to give me a D4?
3.
2, 3. Jackson, you feel a very familiar tingle. And then suddenly you were just lit up with electricity.
And then I fall unconscious.
Oh no! Pichu, what have you wrought?
Machu.
Pichu looks at your fallen body and goes, ah! Putting both hands to either one of its cheeks. Okay, it's the Rattata's turn. The first Rattata is going to scamper over Jackson's body at the Electrike and is going to go in for a bite attack. So that's going to be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay. On that first attack with a bite, he comes in for a solid 12 points of dark type damage.
You shitting me?
Max damage on that one.
Jesus.
Yeah. Your Electrike is also flinched.
Yep.
Cool.
And then it's going to follow up with a quick attack. That's a natural 2. So that is definitely going to be a lot less. It's going to be a 6.
That misses.
Okay. Brooke. Sorry, this other Rattata is still going to go. It's going to run there, and it's going to dodge around the side of Brooke here to attack the thing that just attacked it. Going in for a bite against the Electrike. That's going to be a 19, not natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the bite, Electrike is going to take 7 points of dark type damage. And then it's going to follow up with a quick attack.
These things are mean.
That's going to be a 12 to hit.
12 hits.
12 hits. This time landing a solid, very quick tackle for another 3 points of normal type damage. How's Electrike looking?
Okay.
Is he actually looking okay, or are you just saying that?
You tell me. Don't like my poker face? Okay. So my turn?
It is Brooke's turn.
Okay. I'm going to rifle through Jackson's bag, see if he has a berry juice.
I have 2.
He has 2 berry juices.
And I will shove one down his throat.
Okay, you pull it out, and you can hear Jacques' voice in your head. It is good berry juice, no? As you shove it down the old man's throat. He immediately recovers 20 HP from this revitalizing berry juice.
And Brooke's going to bugger off over here.
As she runs away, she's going to take an attack of opportunity from the Rattata.
From 2, probably.
You are in contact with 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, with a natural 1, eats carpet, taking 3 points of dark type damage.
Choke on that, Rattata!
The second one totally misses too with a 7.
Oh, barely misses.
Yeah, both of them are biting at your heels as you
at my
go,
heels.
tripping over each other.
Sorry, Axel!
Jackson, you wake up on the ground. There are 2 Rattatas around you, a small Electrike, and a very worried Machu. On the other side of the Rattata, it's still got 2 little paws to its cheeks looking at you with the Macaulay Culkin face.
Frozen.
It's okay, Machu. Do it again.
No, don't do it again.
He really considers
Oh, wait, no, hang
his
on.
move.
5.
Don't do it like that. Don't do me like that.
Machu, back up and shoot the one with
Okay.
the lightning
So
stuff.
he's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I
as
thought the one already took attack.
You're right.
They
He already
both
did.
did.
He lost his reaction.
Shoot it, Legolas.
Oh,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I told him to do it again.
I hope the camera's getting it. The Pichu kind of shrugs. Uh-huh.
You did tell him to do it again. He's doing it.
You know what? Pichu lets loose another bolt of electricity. However, the electricity, though flying towards the Rattata and then overshot towards you, diverts and is sucked within
It should
the
have been in the
Electrike.
lightning rod the first time.
That's right. You got to keep track of your abilities.
Because you get to make the decision.
Hang on. Electrike is going to use its reaction to redirect the attack. Oh, never mind. I thought it said to somebody else. Never mind.
No, only to itself.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I thought it said two different things. It says. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, so eating the attack that was meant for Jackson.
Well, that kind of sucks though, because now all of them. Oh, I can choose to though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So do you want to choose to take the attack instead of Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, so Jackson, roll the damage for your Pichu.
7.
Electrike takes 7 points of electric type damage. He's probably resistant to it, so he's probably going to take less. Okay. As the Electrike soaks in the electricity, you can see it travel down the length of its mane and sort of dissipate into the ground. Pichu kind of shrugs, like, it's what you asked me to do.
Totally fair, Pichu.
He's not wrong.
Top of the round.
That's good.
These two Rattatas, both of them on either side of
Axel,
the
kinda, sort of.
Electrike, they're going to start circling him, almost predatory-like.
That's awesome.
Each one landing on either side of him. The one is going to jump in for a bite attack
Axel, my poor Pokemon.
with advantage. So that is going to be a... That's only going to be a 9.
Oh, it misses.
Okay, jumps in for a bite, and Axel kind of backs off, eyeing the one behind him, which likewise comes in for a bite attack. That one is going to be a 19. Not
Yeah.
natural. So with that hit, he is going to take 8 points of dark-type damage.
He's unconscious too.
Awesome. Okay. The second Rattata, instead of turning its attention to it, is going to let loose with its last quick attack towards the Pichu, because it has a 10-foot reach.
Don't do it!
I have a hypothetical.
And that
question.
is going to be a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Pichu is going to take 4 points of normal type damage as it turns around, jumping a great distance, slamming into your Pichu, and then bouncing back.
Bye, Pichu.
Both Pokemon disappear inside their Pokeballs, and you guys can replace them as a free action in a space within
Already
60
did.
feet from you.
Hello.
Hypothetical, not
Samantha.
hypothetical question. Probably should not dig in someone's floor.
It's your call.
It actually will dig up their floor.
Okay. You guys let loose 2 new Pokemon. One, your Wurmple, Jamantha, appears before you in the space where Pichu was. It looks around considering the 2 aggressive rats that are staring it down. And you let loose your Zigzagoon. You see it scraping its trowel against the ground as it moves forward aggressively. You picture Pyramid Head dragging its sword behind him.
I do.
Yeah, why not?
That's a thing.
Brooke, it's your turn. Zigzagoon looks ready to go.
'Kay,
He's
Ziggy,
slapping
get
that
in
little
there and
trowel against the
headbutt
ground.
him.
He runs across the way and goes in for a full-on headbutt.
I'm not too good. Well, that sucks. That's like okay.
What is it?
6.
6? Zigzagoon hasn't had a lot of battle
Because
experience.
it's a strength-based move, which means I have to -1 and then
Oh.
add 2 because of my proficiency.
Wait, really?
Like,
It's just a strength based?
yes. Which seems dumb. Like, why is it not strength?
Poor
Dex.
Zigzagoon. Jackson.
Hey, Jamantha, go and poke the one with your poison thingy.
Okay, the worm inches along. Its little suckers hitting the ground. And it goes in for a poison sting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's I thought that was a fucking 1 again. I was so scared. Strength dex, so that's 9.
9 points. The Rattata's too quick. As the Wurmple comes in, it just puts its head down in like this charge towards it, but it's really telegraphed. And the Rattata can see it coming for a mile and just kind of takes a lazy step to the right.
It's okay, Jamantha. You'll get him next time.
The 2 Rattatas face against their new contenders. Let's see here. The first Rattata is going to try to take a bite against your Zigzagoon
Okay.
with a... It's going to be a 17 to hit.
Hang on. I use baby doll eyes.
Ooh, very good. Zigzagoon kind of lowers itself to the ground and looks up. Its eyes go wide and grow almost 2 times their size. Okay. That is going to be a 9 to hit instead. Okay, it rethinks its attack and kind of stops, shakes his head, and goes in for a quick attack. Which is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Zigzagoon is going to
Why are
take
they so mean?
4 points of normal type damage as it slams into him. The Zigzagoon kind of shakes it off, rattles its dirty fur, and then slaps its trowel against the carpet a couple more times.
Excuse me.
The second one sees this Wurple appear in front of it and goes in for a bite attack. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
I believe that hits.
Wurmple is going to take 8 points of dark type damage.
Oh boy.
As it bites onto the side of it, you see Wurmple's eyes grow big and almost tear up a little bit. It does not make a sound, as Wurmple doesn't make much noise. And then it's going to go in for a quick attack. That one I think might miss with an 11.
That just hits.
Ooh, worms aren't very
Hardy.
hardy. So that's going to do another 7 points of normal type damage.
That's another 7 points. We still standing.
Very good. Okay. That's going to be Brooke's turn.
Headbutt, Ziggy!
Zigzagoon rears back on its 2 back feet, goes in for a... How's it doing?
11.
11? 11 just misses.
I know.
Yeah, it just kind of whiffs it a little bit as the Rattata moves out of the way.
Damn.
Poor Zigzagoon.
Is Headbutt seriously only a strength based?
I can double check if you want.
Please? Because aren't most strength decks?
No, not all.
Really?
Depending
Wait,
on
which
what
one?
it is.
Tackle?
Headbutt is only a strength.
Fuck.
Yeah, that kind
me.
of makes sense,
'Kay.
though. You can't
does.
exactly be dexterous with a headbutt.
It does. It
Just
just
a headbang.
sucks. Okay.
Okay, end of your turn.
Yeah.
Jackson
Hey, Jamantha! Stab it again!
goes in for that poison sting.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh no, Jamantha's not doing so well. Okay. Goes in to sting it, and the Rattata easily hops to the side. Jamantha not looking like much of a contender.
It could have been a contender.
Could have been a contender. Top of the round, the Rattata's gonna go in for another bite attack. It's bread and butter against the Zigzagoon.
Baby doll eyes!
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be a 10 to hit.
No.
10 doesn't hit. Again, reconsidering its actions, it kind of flinches and doesn't go in for that committed bite. Twirling around, though, it's going to go in for a quick attack. So that's only going to be a 10 as well.
No.
Yeah, this time Zigzagoon's too dexterous for it. Not managing to land any blows. However, the other Rattata is going to follow up in a much similar fashion with a bite attack.
Jamantha, no!
That's only going to be a 10 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, Jamantha this time knew what's coming for it. The Rattata's coming in for that quick attack, though. That's going to be a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Jamantha
I'll
takes
save you the trouble.
4 points of normal type damage and is knocked unconscious. Poor Jamantha.
Dandy!
And Dandy appears,
And this
floating
is-
in place.
Who'd have thought these Rattatas would kick our ass so hard?
I mean, to be fair, I've only been having my low-level Pokemon out. Things will
Okay.
change with Dandy here.
Finally,
That
the
Raticate
Hoppip
just
makes an
destroyed
appearance.
my guys,
Yeah.
though.
Raticates are mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Brooke.
Screw this, Ziggy! Flank with Jackson!
Yeah!
Okay,
As it jumps around the other side, the Rattata is looking between the old man and the Zigzagoon.
Oh my god, really?
2 threes.
It's a 4.
So that's a 4? Yeah. It
2
spends
threes
more
makes a
time
4.
trying to carefully place itself that when it finally goes in for the headbutt, the Rattata already knows what's coming.
So sad.
Poor Zigzagoon. Jackson.
Just
Hey,
want
Dandy!
advantage.
Use your colorful pink wind on that one rat thing.
Okay. The Hoppip kind of does a backflip in midair, and you see this air
Are you
propelled
fucking
from it.
kidding me?
Colorful and dangerous.
Not dangerous enough. Because that's only a 6.
Oh no. The Rattata lowers itself to the ground and it just passes over it harmlessly. Okay. The Rattatas continuing their assault. The one Rattata is going to go in for a bite attack against your Zigzagoon. Ooh. That's going to be a 9 to hit.
Meese.
Not bad. Zigzagoon giving it everything it's got.
Because I can't dig in this person's house. That would be wrong.
The Rattata is going to go in for a quick attack. That's going to be a 12.
Yes.
12 hits. Zigzagoon is going to take 3 points of normal type damage. How's Zigzagoon looking?
He's fine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. The second Rattata is going to run down the hall towards this Hoppip and is going to take a running bite at it.
Come at me, bitch.
That is going to be a 21 to hit.
I shouldn't have gotten cocky.
And that is going to be 11 points of dark type damage. Falling
that
to
we
the
have
ground, it
no
pulls
chill.
the Hoppip down with it, and it goes in for a quick attack. That's going to be a natural 1.
Ha! Fuck you.
Okay, as Dandy struggles to get away from the Rattata is holding on tight and is just hit repeatedly by the spinning dandelion leaves on top of its head, taking another 4 points of normal type damage. Not able to get that quick attack off.
Ha! It's
'Kay.
what you get.
Brooke.
Can I ask a potentially stupid question?
Sure.
It's okay if it's a no. Can I dig under the carpet and not dig through their floor?
If you're digging, you're going underground.
God damn it. Okay.
But you do you.
No. Ziggy, you said but. Okay, that's a 12.
12 just hits.
I know.
This time he's wound up just enough to hit the...
Oh, god damn it.
What do you roll?
Do I actually have to minus a 1?
No, you do a minimum of a 1.
Okay, it's a 1.
1 point of
I
damage.
was like, no, bullshit.
A nickel and diming this Rattata.
Ah! Yeah.
You can tell that Zigzagoon specializes in one thing.
Dig, dig, dig.
He's probably a little hurt that he's not being allowed to do that right now.
I'm sorry, Ziggy.
Jackson.
Yeah, Dandy, boop it with your snoot.
He goes in for that tackle attack.
I was
Yep.
like, what kind of attack is that?
Okay.
Do the boop
Doing an
snoot.
aerial dive, he
Yes.
drops on top of the
That
Rattata.
should actually be fucking decent.
Yeah, sure.
What is your modifier? Dex strength. Okay, so just +2. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
For 7. Oh, no, sorry, just 5 points of normal type damage.
Not bad. Laying down all its weight on top of this Rattata, it actually
Which
does
is not
pretty
a lot of
decent
weight at all.
damage. Okay. These Rattatas are looking a little tired. They've dealt out a lot of damage, but they've gone through a lot of their stamina. The Rattata is going to turn around and take another bite at you.
It who? Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 20, not natural.
Yeah, so...
No more baby doll dies.
No. I try.
That's going to be 8 points of dark type damage on your Zigzagoon.
Okay.
And then it's going to follow up with another quick attack.
Okay.
That's going to be a 12.
To hit me, yeah.
Okay. You are going to take another 6 points of normal type damage.
Okay.
That's okay? Okay. The other Rattata, just being tackled, is going to return the gesture with a bite towards that Hoppip.
Bitch, you can try.
That is going to be... It's going to be a 13 to hit.
And succeed.
Okay. So he's going to take 8 points of bite dark type damage. Of bite type damage.
Biting.
And then he's going to follow up, 8 points, with a quick attack. That's going to be a 21.
Yep. Fuck off, you shitty little rats.
And you're going to take another 5 points of normal type damage.
Jesus.
How's Dandy looking?
He's fine.
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 Dandy's looking dandy.
He's
What does that stand for? Fucked up, insecure. something.
Fucking incredibly nettled. Exponentially?
Brooke, it's your turn.
Headbutt him! Yay.
Much better.
16.
16 hits.
Not
He rears
that
back
one.
with his head and goes in for another one. Oh, did you cock a DC?
So one again.
So it taunts me getting cocked between a 2 and a 6 and then rolls a 1. Motherfucker.
Nickel and diming it. Nickel and diming it. Zigzagoon is slapping its little trowel against the ground. It's kind of scraping it along, just itching to get a good dig in. Jackson.
Dandy, boop it with your snoot again. That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
That is, I think just 2. Let me double check real quick again. Yeah, just 2 points of normal type damage.
Okay, nickel and diming them. These two Rattatas have been putting up an amazing fight.
Oh, this is so lame. We're so lame.
This Rattata is going to try something different. You see as it kind of lowers itself to the ground, and it starts building up energy. The other one is going to do the same. Both of them lowering to the ground, building up energy. Brooke.
Head boop him! 16.
16?
Not a 1!
16 hits.
3.
Another 3 points of damage. This Rattata, looking pretty rough, still up.
Oh my god.
Dandy.
Boop it!
Comes in
Boop
for another
it!
aerial tackle.
15.
That hits. Roll some damage.
5 points of normal type damage.
Another 5 points. Again, this Rattata looking pretty rough, but it's still standing. Okay, both of the Rattatas.
Noise. Stupid ass Rattatas, motherfuckers.
Okay, the first Rattata goes in for a bite. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Yes.
And that's going to be 6 points of dark type damage as it bites your Zigzagoon.
Okay.
And then it backs up and it runs in at you quickly for a quick attack. Ooh, that's only going to be a 10.
Macy's.
Yeah, missing. The other Rattata is going to do just the same towards your Hoppip. So that bite is going to be a 23. Sorry, that's a 22. So that should hit Dandy.
Yep, yeah, that hits Dandy.
And Dandy's going to take 11 points of dark type damage.
And with that, I believe that's just enough to, yep. Bye, Dandy.
Oh no, Dandy!
Hello, Billy.
Old classic. And Billy appears looking
Old
around.
faithful. We're getting fucked up here, Billy.
And it's going to finish up with one last quick attack. With a natural 20. On your Bonsly as it stands there looking. This Rattata just comes flying out at him.
This is Rattata.
Attica.
See, the first thing that came to
Bonsly
it's Ratigan.
is going to take 8 points of normal type damage as he's caught
Reduced to
unawares.
4. You haven't even made it through
Okay.
my temp HP
Brooke.
yet, bitch.
Okay. Let's try one more time. Headbutt. 16.
16 hits.
Not a 1. 3.
3. This time,
Wouldn't it be 2? You just have to subtract the 1.
Okay, 2.
You can only just do a minimum of 1.
Okay.
just enough. As the Zigzagoon rears back, it brings its head down right on top of the Rattata's head. You hear a crack echo throughout the house, and then the Rattata drops to the ground. And then it picks itself back up, looks for the closest window, and jumps out.
Good. Bye, bitch.
Okay? You can still move, if you'd like.
Come back here.
And he runs back towards you. Okay, Jackson.
Hey, 5, 10, 15, 20. Billy! Oh, wait, 20. Billy! Flank it and kick it in the face!
Okay. Billy takes your lead and turns around and goes in for a
That's
low
a
kick.
19.
19 hits.
And I believe that's 1d8.
1d hate.
1d
1d of hate.
I forgot to reset the PP. So that's 1. Sorry, just gonna do this real quick. And hit. 3 points of fighting type damage.
Okay, and with that, the last Rattata in that room is knocked unconscious. Quickly picking itself back up, you see a small hole in the wall and disappear inside. And then you hear a rattle through the walls, and then it just stops. It seems to have left the building. Okay, I feel like this is probably a good time to take a quick break.
Hey. Oh god, I'm tired.
I agree.
How's everyone's Pokemon looking?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Billy's looking fine. Everybody else is fucking fainted. So, there's that.
Did you ever think you'd have so much trouble with a bunch of Rattata?
It's not
Yeah.
the Rattata that did it to me, it's the Raticate. The Raticate destroyed my mouth in like one hit.
That Raticate's a killer.
So she had next to no hit points and managed to stay in for as many rounds as she did, but like first round out she got crit.
She had so much to live for. She dealt a lot of damage in the little period of time she was in there.
And Ryulu got pretty fucked up by the Raticate before he got pulled away. So yeah, no, it wasn't the Rattata, it was the Raticate that fucked me up.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the can real quick.
Yeah, I think I might head up and grab just a little snacky poo. Because I'm feeling tired and I need some energy. Be right back.
Almonds and cranberry. I'm really sorry if anybody's talking. I legitimately have no way of reading it. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's crazy how quickly September has gone by. I cannot believe it's almost the end of the month. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it always shocks me. Dried cranberries.
Oh, I agree.
I'm just like sore and tired and sore and tired.
I am all of the exhaust. So how's everybody doing?
Smoky.
Yeah.
I like the way Matt thinks. Go eat a smoky.
Just one raw smoky.
Yeah.
It's like eating Kubasa. I didn't actually do that. That just did it on its own.
Jeez, between playing all day D&D and then playing today, my throat is just shot.
Yep.
Good. It's good.
After a weekend of recording, I feel the same way.
I don't do silly enough voices for my voice to be shot after a day of all D&D.
Oh, we just played a very excitable game. We were cheering, and it was great.
I didn't. The most exciting mine got was when I screamed at the kids and pretended to cry. Because of bad choices.
All right, guys, how we feeling?
Tired.
Ready to get back into this?
Yeah.
Eep.
Tell ya, hard work cleaning out these houses.
It's hard work eradicating the problem.
Ha 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 ha. All right. Where to next, guys? 3 out of 4 rooms in the house.
It's my turn.
It is your turn.
I'm going to retract Ziggy. Send out Riolu.
Okay, your Riolu appears back out in
Can I
there.
do anything else? Yes or no?
Nope.
'Kay.
Not for right now. Okay, Jackson. Good old Bonsly.
All right, Billy. Come here and I'm going to pick you up. And then start making 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Making my way over there with Billy.
Awesome. Okay. Brooke. See Jackson re-enter the room with Bonsly in his hands.
I'm going to spray a potion on Riolu. Oh, that was as shitty as it could be. Okay.
Okay. You're gonna hang out there, Jackson.
No, I'm gonna move. Riolu coming with me. There.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm just going to yell out, get out here, you rat bitches. I'll fight you all.
Okay. Give me just a general. Give me a persuasion.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Hang on. Let me see what that is, because I actually have.
Rat.
So that would be a 21.
Okay. You see 2 small purple shapes appear under the table. Likewise, you also hear a jiggle in the refrigerator. The door slowly opens, and this
So I didn't
large
eradicate.
brown rat crawls its way out from inside the refrigerator, and it kind of growls at you. You can see this big thing of cheese in its mouth that it just gobbles down. It's probably a good point for me to do this for these guys.
Shit.
I'm fucked. Well, have fun, Billy. If it were for that last Eradicate fucking me up hard, I'd maybe have another Pokemon.
Okay, so you did that. There is immediately after you one of these Rattatas. I
Come at
just
me, bitch.
mark these accordingly so that I know which one's which.
Color coding your rats.
Oh my god. Why is everything so much effort?
Right? What a day. Okay. This rat's gonna come running at you.
Come at me, bitch.
Stop in front of Bonsly and go in for a bite attack. That is only going to be an 8.
No, it does not hit.
Okay. And he reels back for a quick attack against him. That's going to be a 9.
Does not hit.
Not hit. Neither of these attacks landing any sort of damage on there. The Raticate sort of shifts its weight, looks across the dining room, and starts walking towards you. And moves right up over top of Bonsly and just leers over top of him, unable to do anything else with his turn.
Okay. All right.
Rattata, number 2, likewise, starts moving in. It's going to move around its other friend here, and it's going to come in for a bite attack.
Oh, Billy.
That is going to be a 17 to hit,
That
Billy.
hits.
So that's going to be 12 points of dark-type damage as it lands a solid blow.
None of that's resisted, so that's... Okay.
And then it goes in for a quick attack, and that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you're going to take another 6 points of normal-type damage.
Reduced to 3.
Okay. Brooke.
Ryolu, we gotta play this one careful. Use foresight on him.
Okay, so you move up there and you use foresight. So it needs to make a
Wisdom save.
wisdom save. It's
On
going to be
which?
a 1.
He fails.
Okay. So Ryolu stands in the doorway watching the movement of
Plus
these
2 to all
Rattatas
attack rolls.
against the Rattata.
On that one, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay. Jackson.
Billy, kick the big one in the face, and he's going to do so with advantage because he got hit by a dark type attack.
Ooh, that's right, because Billy is rattled.
And that's a 19.
Oh, he needed it. Perfect. Hitting that Raticate with a swift low kick.
Yep. And Jackson's going to go around to flank anyways. And that's 9 points of fighting type damage.
Ooh. The Raticate did not like that. Solid blow, something that it was weak against. The Rattata sort of stumbles backwards. You can see its one front tooth is actually cracked, its tail whipping behind it angrily.
Go, Billy! You've got this shit! Please don't fall unconscious, Billy. I don't want to white out.
I know, I'm...
Okay,
freaking out
Rattata
about
number
that
1
too.
is this one right here. It's going to go in for another bite attack against Bonsly. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And he is going to take
Am I still paralyzed?
another 10 points of dark type damage as it bites him. Ash! Billy is just getting chewed up here. He's not used to this kind of assault, and he's completely alone in this fight. The Rattata turns around and goes in for a quick attack. That is a natural 1.
Haha, bitch! Does not hit me!
Yeah, it eats carpet as it lands on the ground hard. And the Rattata is actually going to take 3 points of normal damage for its trouble.
Haha!
Okay. The Raticate looks around at both of you. And it starts grinding its teeth aggressively. And you see these 3 swords appear above its head as it uses sword dance. And then it follows up against the person who just ran behind it with a quick attack.
Ooh, against me.
So that is going to be a 15 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And Jackson is going to take 6 points of normal type damage as it turns around and bashes into your knee.
Alright, we good. We good, fam.
Rattata number 2 is going to go in for a bite attack against your Bonsly. And that is going to be it's only going to be a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Follows up with a swift quick attack. And that's only going to be a 9 to hit.
Does not hit.
Perfect. Finally, Bonsly's got its tough defense up. its rocky hide bouncing off these oncoming attacks. Brooke.
Okay. I gotta use another potion on Ryla.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. Riolu's hopping there in spot, ready to take on these Rattata. It's studied its adversary. It knows what to do. You come in from behind it, spraying it with the spray bottle, and it starts moving a little bit faster, and it looks over its shoulder again at you, and it goes, and it
Right
nods
away
its
here.
head. End of your turn?
Yep.
Jackson.
Hey, Billy, kick that big one in the head again. And who? Thank God for advantage, because that's a 17.
So, based on your last attack, you would have thought a 17 would hit. However, as your Bonsly comes around with that swift low kick, you notice one of the swords dislodge from its typical spot, blocking the attack and then moving back into rotation.
Damn it!
It seems to have an increased AC with this sword dance. Okay, Rattata number 1 grinds its teeth together, and it's going to hunker itself down on the ground and start focusing its energy. The Raticate looks around between the two of you. And then it stares back at the Bonsly and starts grinding its teeth at it, making a scary face. Can Bonsly make a wisdom save?
Ooh, that's a natural 18. Minus 117.
Yeah, no problem. Bonsly is too busy with this onslaught of tiny rats around it. It doesn't even notice as the Raticate stares it down.
That's right, bitch.
Rattata
not
number
even
2
important.
is likewise going to start hunkering itself to the ground and focusing its energy. Brooke.
Okay, Raylo, let's try and get one of those guys off of him. Grapple him.
Okay, he runs in for a grapple. It's going to be a contested...
It's gonna not happen. That's a 5.
Yeah. This Rattata, too nimbly, as the Riolu runs up to try to just grab a hold of him, the Rattata slips out of its grasp.
Okay, so
and
that's
kind
an
of turns
action?
around to face him. That's your action.
Okay. Okay, fuck it. Hit him. Quick attack.
As
It's a
Brooke
14.
drops the
Oh.
F-bomb.
Sorry. It's not the first time she has. It's a 17.
17 hits. Roll some damage.
5.
5 points of damage. Okay, landing the first serious damage on this Rattata. It turns around to look at this
And then Brooke's
new
gonna
aggressor.
go 30 there.
Okay. Coming up to support your Pokemon. Jackson.
Billy, just keep kicking it in the head, please. And that's not. It's a 12.
12. Not enough. This Rattata is incredibly nimble as it dodges around your Bonsly's attack. And if it
Stupid
wasn't for
Raticate.
the blades swinging around its head, it might be even easier. But it's got a heck of a defense right now. Rattata number 1 is going to go in for a bite against your Bonsly. And that's going to be a... That's only a 9.
Does not hit.
Okay. It's going to follow up with a quick attack, though. And that's going to be a 19.
That hits.
Okay. Your Bonsly is going to take another 5 points of normal type damage. It slams into the side of him. Slowly nickel and diamond this Bonsly, each of them taking their turn. The Raticate, having failed at its last scary attack, is going to start grinding its teeth, and then it opens its mouth and goes in for another bite. I think that's going to miss. That's a 13.
Does not hit.
13 misses. It just
Just
catches
misses.
air as Bonsly squirms out of the way. The Raticate growls, its tail hitting the ground like a whip, and it goes in for a quick attack.
Do it, bitch.
That's only going to be a 10.
Does not hit.
Yeah. Late battle, these guys aren't doing so well. Rattata number 2 is turning towards this new opponent, and it's going to go in for a bite attack against
Raylo?
Riolu. That is going to be a It's going to be a natural 19,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be a critical hit because it focused its energy. So he's going to take double damage.
Riolu, no!
Riolu is going to take...
Rhinolu!
He's going to take 19 points of dark-type damage.
So 8.
Reduced to 8 because he's resistant. Riolu
Reduced
basically
to 9.
catches him.
19
yeah, 18,
halved would
yep,
be...
9. Basically catches this Rattata on its arm and kind of grins.
And he's going to counter it.
Of course he is.
Good
He goes in
boy.
for a swift uppercut.
Ha!
No, he's not.
Oh no!
I needed that to hit too. Like really bad. Well, hang on. The 2, yeah, they won't hit. 2 plus 6 is, yeah, it's 8.
No, 8's not gonna hit.
Damn.
Okay. The Rattata's gonna follow up with a quick attack. But that's only gonna be an 11.
Misses.
Jackson. Brooke. Sorry.
'Kay.
You watch Riolu take this devastating blow, but he manages to resist most of it.
Brooke's going to try and grapple this Rattata.
Okay, so you're just gonna grab it with your hands, get all handsy with it.
11.
The Rattata rolled a natural 1. It didn't expect this trainer to run up and just grab onto it.
I am going to take it over here with me.
That would technically be an additional action to try and drag it. So for the moment, you have it grappled.
'Kay.
You just can't do anything further.
That's fine.
Jackson, you watch as Brooke runs over and grabs the Rattata.
I move over here, and I'm gonna dump a berry juice down Billy's throat.
Okay, Billy's just kind of watching the battle unfold, taking all these little hits, and then it looks over at you and this berry juice is shoved down its throat.
And does the Rattata take an attack of opportunity at me, or does that go
That
away?
one will, yeah. That is going to be an 18 to hit you,
Yeah, that hits.
and you're going to
The risk I
take...
took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
You'll take 3 points of dark-type damage as he catches the back of your leg as you leave, kind of ripping your pant leg.
And then I'll move back into flank.
Awesome. Rattata number 1 is going to continue its attack on Bonsly. That's going to be a natural 1. With the
Ha!
amount of attacks they're hidden, the number of times that they're rolling natural 1s is astonishing. The Rattata just misses. That's nothing serious. So it's going to go in for its a quick attack. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
15 hits. From that one, you're going to take 7 points of normal type damage
Reduced to 3.
as it picks itself off the ground and goes in for a quick attack. The Raticate looks around at either of you, and then it swings its teeth
Raticate and
towards
Ashley Olsen.
the Bonsly for a bite. And that's going to be... It's going to be a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Wow. Okay.
Just misses.
And the Raticate rears back for another quick attack. That one, however, is going to be a... It's going to be a 16.
That hits.
16 hits. Okay. From that attack, you're going to take 7 points of normal type damage
Reduce
as it
3.
slams against your Bonsly. Rattata number 2 is going to take an attack against...
Brooke, because she's holding her.
You are holding on to it. Yeah, it's going to take a bite against you. It's going to be a...
Spread the love.
That was cocked. A natural 17, so over 20.
Okay.
21. Brooke is going to take 7 points of dark type damage as it bites you, drawing blood. And then it's going to make a quick attack against Riolu.
At disadvantage because I have it grappled? Or
You,
no?
you don't have it restrained,
Oh.
so that's only going to be an 11.
Misses.
Brooke,
Okay.
this Rattata just bit you.
So I'm going to carry it over here.
Okay, so you need to make another contested athletics or
And then it'll be
acrobatics.
restrained?
You can either choose to restrain it or drag it. Either or.
If it's restrained, do I have to do that again next time, or do I just basically have it?
You would still need to try to move it.
Okay.
Yeah, grappling rules are like it's degrees of difficulty.
It's just weird because it's a small creature. Yeah, I'm gonna drag it.
Okay.
Nope. It's 5.
It rolled a natural 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it is flailing in your arms as you pull it across the ground by its tail.
Okay.
So it moves with you. And that's what you're doing?
Well, I can't do anything else.
Okay. Jackson, you just see Brooke grab this Rattata and drag it out of the battle. It's clawing the ground. Trying to get out of her grasp.
All right, that's weird. Billy, kick the biggin. 17.
17 still doesn't hit. With those blades swinging around every time Billy tries to go in for a hit, it's hitting one of those blades. Its AC is just too high for the
Son of a
moment.
beach.
Rattata number 1's gonna go in for another bite against that Bonsly. And that's gonna be a 16.
The hits.
Okay.
Ow. Holy hell.
Bonsly is gonna take 9 points of dark type damage.
Okay.
And then it's gonna turn around with a quick attack. That's gonna be a 13.
Does not hit.
13 does not hit. It kind of bounces off the hard side of Bonsly, and Bonsly shrugs it off. And now it's the Raticate's turn. The Raticate looks across at that Riolu, and it's going to shake its head, and one of the swords is going to dislodge, flying towards the Riolu.
At disadvantage because it's a melee?
Yep. Wow, so that is only going to be a 9 to hit you.
Miss.
Yeah, it kind of flies, and it hits the wall, puncturing it, leaving a big hole, and then dissipates. Rattata number 2
That's the one I'm holding.
is your... Yep. It's going to
Rattata
turn around.
number
It's going to
2,
try
Electric
to bite you. That's only going to be a 6.
It misses.
Okay. In its panic, it tries to bite you, and it can't. It turns around, and it can see Riolu, so it's going to make a quick attack on him, because it's got 10-foot reach.
But it's occupying the same space as me.
It's not occupying the same space as you. It's right behind you.
Okay.
That's going to be a 12.
Yes.
12 hits. Riolu is going to take 3 points of normal type damage.
Okay.
Okay. And that's going to be Brooke's turn.
Ryo, get on the other side of that Rattata flanking. And 2 quick attack.
Awesome. He runs in, knowing exactly what to do, jumping on the stool, and he comes down with 2 swift kicks towards the Rattata.
17? 18, 17.
17 hits.
5.
5 points of damage on that first one. Awesome.
Second attack. Is it critical?
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. The second one landing a heal right in its face.
7.
With another 7 points of damage. And just like that, this Rattata is looking really rough. Jackson.
Billy, please kick the big one right in the jaw. Do it. That'll be an 18 to hit.
18. This time, as the Bonsly swings its foot around, you notice its guard has dropped just enough that slipping between 2 blades, the Bonsly catches the Raticate right in the chest with its low kick.
9 points of fighting type
Doing another
damage.
9 points. Doubled because the Raticate is weak against it.
Yep.
Doing a solid 18 points of damage. The Raticate looks winded. It falls down on its back. It has a hard time rolling around before it can finally right itself. Its tail lashing around behind it. Its eyes looked panicked. Its teeth are gnawing at each other, just and grinding.
Good.
It looks very, very hurt right now.
Run, you little bitch. Fucking
Rattata
try
number
it.
1 looks around at its targets, and it kind of jumps up towards the stool to take a bite against the Riolu.
Okay.
That's going to be a 16 to hit.
8.
Riolu is going to take... that's 8 points of dark type damage.
Okay, it drops me to 0, and I'm going to use Endure, so he's back up to 1.
Awesome.
Even halved?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He had 1 hit point.
Oh.
Awesome.
This happens to Ryolu all the time. It's
But this
one
is
hit
the
point
first
and then
time
I'm
you've
like,
used
Endure.
Yep.
Yeah. This time, as Ryolu takes the damage, you can see his whole body just stiffen
It's
up,
not gonna matter
as
because
he-
he's gonna attack me again.
flexes his muscles, and his eyes sort of narrow, and he holds on tight. He looks like he's holding on to his last fiber. The Rattata is going to make a quick attack. That's only going to be a 7.
Misses.
Yeah, the Rattata kind of flies over the stool at the Ryolu, but Ryolu deftly, monk-like, dodges out of the way, deflecting it.
Also, hello, Silver Eye, Fought Abel, and Dragon Flame 1234.
Howdy, howdy.
Sorry, we didn't notice them before.
This Raticate, looking frantic, looks down at the Bonsly. How is Bonsly looking right now?
He's actually looking okay,
Okay.
all things considered.
Kind of grinding his teeth, opens his mouth and goes in for a bite attack. That's going to be a 16 to
That
hit.
hits.
16 hits. Bonsly is going to take 10 points of dark type damage.
Okay.
Holding it in its mouth, it's going to quickly try to slam him on the ground with a quick attack. That's going to be another 14.
That just hits.
14 hits. Slamming him against the ground. Oh, that one's gone. He's going to take another 6 points of normal type damage.
Reduce to 3. I have no more heals.
Neither
Actually,
do
no, I have potions.
Rattata number 2 is still struggling in Brooke's
Do I have
hands.
potions? I don't have
It turns
potions.
around to
I
try
bought
and bite your
potions,
hand
bought
again.
berry juice 'cause I couldn't afford any.
No, the Rattata is going to try to struggle against your grasp and get out of it.
So contested terrain.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. 16.
13. So as hard as the Rattata is struggling to get out, you've got it held tight. It's unsure of what's going on right now. Brooke.
Ryolu, do 2 quick attacks. I am running out of PP.
Go for it.
It's over 20.
That hits. Roll some damage.
5.
5. With that first hit, the Rattata falls unconscious on the ground. Picks up its head, looks around, and makes a beeline straight through the front door. Gone.
Get over here and use your other one on this one. And it's not at advantage. No, it is at advantage.
Yeah, it's flanking.
Yep.
And it's restrained.
12.
12 just hits.
Oh, it would be then 14 because that's the one he has
Okay.
foresight on. 4.
Awesome. So he comes in with a sliding kick, sweeping the legs, doing another 4 points of damage on it. Awesome.
How's
Jackson.
the one in my arms looking?
Did you just die
Um,
in your arms tonight? It must have been something you said.
It's still got quite a bit of fight to it. This is
Okay.
really the first attack that it's hit.
Okay.
All right, Billy, finish it with one more kick to the jaw. And that's a natural 19, which means that it's going to flinch it.
That is right, but roll some damage first, because that is definitely going to hit.
3 points of fighting type damage.
How do you want to finish this Raticate?
Yes! I want Billy to do a fucking backflip and kick it in the jaw with one of his little tiny feet.
It looks like it slipped on the ground, but it comes up with this kick right underneath the Raticate's bottom jaw, sort of sending that bottom into the top one and knocking it senseless. It flies backwards, and you kind of catch it in your arms as it comes back towards you. This big, hairy, stinky rat. And Bonsly lands and then looks around like nothing happened.
Good boy, Billy.
Okay. Rattata number 1 is defeated. The Raticate is defeated. So Rattata number 2. It's going to take a bite at the only thing in front of it. Going for that.
There's 2 of us.
True.
Thank you.
But it's going to go for that Ryolu. That sweet, sweet, tasty Ryolu. In the bowl. That's going to... it's going to be a 14.
That hits.
14 hits. Ryolu's going to take 10 points.
I'm going to
dark type
attempt to
damage?
endure.
Okay.
I fail.
Okay. As hard as Riolu tries to hold on, the Rattata bites into it, and it's just too much. Your Riolu disappears inside the Pokeball. Do you have anybody left?
Yes. Ziggy.
Zigzagoon appears back with his little trowel tapping against the ground. Brooke.
Okay, Ziggy.
I believe.
Head butted. Okay, that is 19.
That hits. You can see Zigzagoon look a little frustrated as he taps the trowel against the ground.
5.
But he rears back and he goes in for a headbutt, doing a solid 5 points of damage. The Rattata's looking decently hurt.
No, it's not what I wanted to hear.
Jackson.
Billy, throw a rock at it. That's a modified 20.
Hit.
And 3 points of rock type damage.
Okay. Zigzagoon ducks just in time to see this rock thrown over its shoulder, smoking the Rattata in the face. The Rattata looks back at him. It's one tooth.
Oh, sorry, 4
busted.
points of rock type damage. Because stab.
Okay. It's one tooth busted, but it's still standing. Okay. The Rattata growls. And it goes in for a bite attack against Zigzagoon. That's only going to be a 10.
It misses.
Okay. And then it rears back and it springs forward for a quick attack. That's going to be an 11.
Misses.
And it misses, hitting the ground and then catching itself. It starts eyeing around, looking for an escape.
Ziggy,
Brooke.
headbutt it. Natural 20.
Natural 20! Ziggy!
5.
How do you want to finish the Rattata?
Ziggy
The world's
run
most
up
listless
and,
headbutt.
like, gonna headbutt it, but it said hit it with a straw.
Shank it.
You hear a slap, 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 slap sound as the Rattata falls to the ground. And then it picks itself up. It looks around like it's forgotten where it is, sees all of you around it, and books it towards the front door. And it's gone.
You don't even want to know how many hit points Zigzagoon had.
Okay. Can both of you give me a perception roll?
No.
Yours is good enough.
19.
Mine was a 13.
A 19?
19 for me.
'Kay.
15 for Jackson.
As everything stills, and you look around the house, you don't see any other movement. Listening, you hear something,
Bullshit. Fuck.
but it's not down here.
It's in the attic.
There's something above you. There's something upstairs.
And I hear this, but not Jackson.
You're not sure what, though. Yes. Jackson's kind of looking around. His heart is beating. Dum, dum.
Hey,
Dum, dum.
Jackson. Want to come
Dum,
here a
dum.
sec?
Sure.
How good are you persuading?
I mean, it depends.
You know, having a... Okay. I hear something in the attic, and I think the old man might be right. They might have ghosts and rats. Do you think we could get paid for this job and then, like, squeeze some money out of them to take care of their potential problem upstairs? Tomorrow,
Maybe we
obviously
can
not today.
talk to them about it.
Okay.
You hear the sound of the door opening, and there's this little woman comes hobbling through, and she says, "Oh, May, I saw those things running out here, hither and thither, and is that your work?"
Yes, we managed to take care of your rodent infestation.
Ziggy-
I knew Rattata. The old codger, he's gonna be so angry when I tell him I was right.
Well,
Here's the
here's the other thing. We did hear something up in your
Suspicious
attic
upstairs.
as well. However,
Are you telling me that you haven't finished the job? No,
pretending-
no. Here, I'll show you. Come this way. I'll show you towards the attic. Come.
Okay, I guess this is happening now.
Well, fuck
You
me.
started the job. You might as well finish it.
Yeah? You got any revives?
You have no potions or something?
No, I'm sorry. I've never been much of a trainer myself.
Then I suggest you let us come back tomorrow morning.
We're fresh out of heals, and most of our Pokemon are unconscious.
My Pokemon's at 1 hit point. We'll come back and finish the job tomorrow, but we do expect pay for the work we've done thus far.
Looks at you and she says, "Are you kidding? You know how quickly those breed. You come back tomorrow, and sure enough, there'll be 15 more of them."
But we got rid of all the rats. We're not sure what this one other thing is.
Well, of course it's a rat attack.
Okay.
You sound like the old man.
Here's the thing. I'll go upstairs, prove to you it's not a rat, and then we get paid for the rat job. We come back for the ghost job tomorrow.
She narrows her eyes. Give me a persuasion check.
No.
No.
4.
She says, "You finish the job now."
It's not a rat. We get double the pay.
She
Ooh, I like
narrows
this
her
thinking.
eyes. Give me another persuasion check.
No. At advantage because he's helping?
He said 2 words.
God damn it. 15.
15.
She says, "On the off chance it's not a rat." Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm also just realizing that the posting never actually said what this job would pay.
Nope.
She leads you over to this trapdoor in the ceiling. She reaches into the corner and she
It's a
pulls
hag.
this stick with this little hook.
She's a hag.
Florence.
She reaches up, she
You, Florence!
hooks it into the little loop in the ceiling, and she pulls down, and you see this stairway unfold.
I'll start walking up with Billy in my arms, because why the fuck not?
Okay. As you walk
I love
up
her.
and into the attic,
Yep,
you kind of have to
Ziggy.
duck a little bit. It's not terribly tall. It's very dark. It's dusty up here. You can see a few
Ready to go fist
discarded
touch with
pieces
some
of
ghosts?
furniture, some boxes and stuff that are sort of strewn about haphazardly. You can tell that maybe a little bit of storage, but typically this area is avoided.
I am not.
Okay. What need you doing?
See anything that looks Pokemon-like?
Well,
And she says,
Do you see anything up there?
Not yet. I think.
Anything that looks distinctly Rattata-like?
Do I see anything that
okay,
looks distinctly
your
Rattata-like?
very creepy cackling makes me feel like you're the ghost in the house.
You sound just like the old codger.
give me a perception roll.
That's Billy. That's not me. That would be 10.
Not a thing.
I'm gonna put Ziggy in the Pokeball
Okay. Shoo.
for a minute and be like, "Okay, you motherfucking ghost! I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit! Get out here and fight me!"
Roll an intimidation.
That's cocked. That's a 3.
You know what? Given the conditions of this, you hear the sound of a soft,
So, not a Rattata.
and then you hear a you feel a chill across the back of your neck. Jackson, you turn around to see it looks like this napkin, pinched and held, floating behind Brooke.
It's behind me.
It looks
isn't it?
very content with itself, smiling as it sort of floats there, almost like it's just taking something in. And it goes,
What is it, Jackson? It's behind me, isn't it?
Point my Pokedex at it.
okay. The Pokedex spins as this Pokemon sort of floats around Brooke. As Brooke is steaming, it seems to be almost lapping it up. Eventually, the Pokedex comes to a stop, and you see a picture of the same Pokemon, and it says, Shuppet, the puppet Pokemon. Shuppet grows by feeding on dark emotions, such as vengefulness and envy, in the hearts of people. It roams through cities in search of grudges that taint people.
You hear that, you old bag? It's you and your husband's bad energy that's feeding this motherfucker!
You can see the Shuppet sort of float around, and it starts like doing circles around Brooke's head. Very happy.
Would you like to have more of this negative energy to feed off of perpetually for some time in the future?
For some foreseeable future. Give me a persuasion.
7.
Okay. Something about it, it doesn't really understand what you're talking about. And it's far too enthralled with whatever force it's feeding off
I'm gonna
of
pull out a ration and. Yeah, I have food.
It kind of looks at your ration. And it just keeps floating around Brooke.
Hold out
I
a
guess
Pokeball
not.
and says, "You want to feed off this angry fucking energy all day? Get inside the Pokeball and I'll let you."
Roll in animal handling with advantage.
Oh, that's still pretty shitty. It's a 12.
The Shuppet sort of floats down, and as you hold the Pokeball in front of it, it kind of hits the side and disappears inside. The ball twitches and twitches and twitches, and it feels like there is some kind of fight in it, like an uncertainty. But as you sit there, just absolutely steaming.
I have had all of my fucking Pokemon faint almost, or I'm so done with this.
The ball actually comes to a stop in your hand. And as you hold this, you can feel one of the Pokeballs trying to leave your presence.
Send back Ziggy.
Okay. Shuppet has been added to your party.
I turn and I look at the lady and I say, "There, your ghost problem and your Rattata problem was dealt with. Now, can we get paid so we can get out of here? And perhaps you and your husband should consider counseling."
She looks at you, she says, "Okay, yes, just don't tell him that he was right, you know." And she starts opening her little coin purse and she starts pulling out some money, and she's like, "Here, 800 Pokebucks."
Great. And I pass 400 to Jackson. Hope you know the last job paid 1,000.
She says, "Well, thank you."
I walk out.
Steaming out of the house.
I'm angry. All my Pokemon are almost unconscious. Jackson almost died again.
All those feelings of vengefulness inside you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys leave the house.
Probably just wander back to the Pokemon Center at this point.
Okay. With your hurt Pokemon in tow, you guys wander back to the Pokemon Center. It is pretty late at this point. Leaving the house, you can see that it's pretty dark outside already. It's probably around 9 o'clock. The old man finally coming in, he kind of waves to you as you wander away. But as you are leaving, kind of in a huff, he doesn't bother chasing you down. You can hear some bickering in the background as you head down the street. And this is probably a good place to call this, seeing as I know that we are all very tired.
Yeah. Hey.
So,
Okay. Well, thank you, Silver Eye, for showing up. Thank you, Faudible, for showing up. And thank you, Dragon's Flame 1234 for showing up.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry
Wait,
we
were
weren't
you
interacting
cheering
too
for the
much.
Rattata? Oh, you jerk. Okay. So, guys, what'd you think of that?
It was fun.
Those Raticates were assholes.
Yeah, just a bit.
Well,
The
you can
second one
talk
was a little
to-
more trivialized.
True. You did land a couple really good low kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Billy's fucking MVP.
And Jackson caught one of those Raticates with a really good roll.
Yeah.
That was solid. Surprisingly good. You don't think of them as, like, really great Pokemon. The cool thing about this game is that all the Pokemon scale really well.
Yeah, I always kind of liked Raticate as just a normal type that you can have.
He's not bad. These ones are statted out pretty neat, too. Yeah. All right. Lots to ponder here. So, I guess that's going to be us. We're going to be back. We're on for our typical Friday stream.
Yeah.
Perfect. So back on the
All right.
27th for video games here at 7
I
o'clock.
won't be.
MST.
I have to go DM.
Ah, that's right. Playing D&D elsewhere. As well as our next Pokemon D&D game on the 7th.
Yeah.
Back to our regular schedule.
Good.
But thank you, everybody, for coming out for session number 12. If you have any suggestions for what we should name this episode, or even if it's named after you've seen it and you have a better suggestion than what we actually named it, well, be sure to let us know.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so final goodbyes and thank yous to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com for all the music you heard here today.
At Joe the DM for making this fantastic homebrew.
He's the one, and Ooh Wooby for the player tokens that paraded across your screen. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on Twitter, on the YouTube, on the Twitch, any of those social sort of streams,
On all the platforms.
wherever you see us. And that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.